is our priority. Mercantile Bank, Michigan banks here. Member FDIC.
It's not just morning, it's a JR morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and on the WJR app, where Michigan comes to talk.
6:05 here on a Monday. It's good to have you. Lloyd's back from vacay.
I'm back.
Yay! You took a little trip to go see your daughter out of state?
In Columbus.
Welcome back. And how's she doing?
She is doing well.
Good.
She's about to go to a class in California, some kind of class in California through the Army or something that she's got to go through. So she's leaving this morning. She's going to be gone for about a month. So I had to go and put my eyeballs on her.
That's right. That's right. Do you have a nice Father's Day?
Very nice Father's
Day.
Yeah, everything was great. How about yours?
Very good. Yeah, it was nice. We've started this tradition of playing golf on Father's Day with the boys.
Oh, okay.
So now this was the first year Henry could go out and play.
Okay.
And I mean play. They don't really.
Yeah.
We mess around out there.
Exactly.
Right. And it was. I remember the first year, a few years ago, I went with Jake for the first time, and he was probably 5. We made 5 or 6 holes.
Okay.
We just schedule 9 because we're not playing 18, right?
Right.
So we go out and by the 6th hole, probably then Jake was like, "I'm done." I'm like, "All right, let's get out of here." Then the last couple of years, we have played 9. Cool.
Okay. All right.
This year with Henry, I'm thinking, all right, we're going to dial it back, play 5 or 6 holes, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Henry was very into it, but again, Henry needs snacks. So we made sure my wife packed us a little bag. So,
my man.
And I said to the guy who owns the course, I'm like, hey, I got to bring some of this stuff out there. He's like, it's no problem. No big deal.
Yeah, they get it.
Because he's like, Dad, I need some goldfish. Dad, I need some. And I'm like, all right, man. Mom got you.
Energy food.
Yeah, exactly. So that propelled us forward
on
the day. But yeah, it was a nice day. Meanwhile, you got a story. I'm going to do this at 6:35.
Okay.
Because you went down to see your daughter this weekend, and you ran into something that I think we've all been through. And
Definitely.
It is incredibly frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
All right, we'll get to that at 6:35.
All right.
Meanwhile, Keir Starmer has resigned.
Yeah, he has announced he is stepping down as Labour leader, setting the stage for a race to choose the UK's next prime minister. Speaking outside of number 10, along with his wife, Victoria, Starmer stated that he is not the best person to lead the party into the next general election. He has already informed the king of his decision. The race to replace him moves incredibly fast. Nominations open July 9th. Close on July 16th, with a new prime minister expected to be in place before Parliament returns in September. Starmer will remain in office until the contest concludes to ensure that what he calls an orderly transition. Now, reflecting on his 2 years in power since Labour's 2024 victory, Starmer insisted he leaves behind a stronger and fairer Britain. His departure marks a turbulent decade for British politics, making his successor the UK's 7th prime minister since 2016. The moment turned deeply personal at the end, his voice cracking with emotion. Starmer told supporters he looks forward to leaving the biggest job in the country to focus on what he calls his most important job, being a husband and a father.
Yeah, so he had lost around 1,500 council seats, lost control of 25 councils, and at the same time, he had 80 Labour members of Parliament that had publicly called on him to step down.
Yeah, it was just
so. He completely lost grip on his own party.
Absolutely lost faith, and they just were done. And he saw the writing on the wall. It was pretty bright, pretty big.
I'll tell you, British politics is wild.
It's different, isn't it?
It is different. Yes, exactly. Meanwhile, the first round of high-level talks between the United States and Iran in Switzerland, both sides agreed to this roadmap, right? This memorandum of understanding, and that there's more technical talks to continue this week. But J.D. Vance met with officials alongside mediators from Pakistan and Qatar, and negotiator had talked about the constructive nature of this. But things took a weird turn because as these talks were really starting to ramp up, well, we heard that Iran had closed the Strait of Hormuz again.
Yes.
And because of the Israelis that haven't left Lebanon yet. Okay, well, if that's the case, meanwhile, that they're saying that violates the memorandum.
Memorandum, yeah.
And so Donald Trump says, we're going to wipe you off that, blah, blah, blah. He's saber rattling, essentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so basically the Iranian delegation gets to the talks. They say hello to the mediators, and then they leave. And J.D. Vance is left with the bag going, well, wait a second. What are we doing here?
Right.
And it reminds me of something that I said a few weeks ago, maybe months ago. It's all blur at this point.
Okay.
But like the things Donald Trump says matters when there's follow through.
Yes.
The worry or the fear that you're going to put into these other countries, if you don't follow through on them, well, then all of a sudden the threats become pretty hollow.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So, these talks are, they're going to move forward. There's going to be conversations happening. But if Donald Trump is going to take the approach of, the person who has the cards in this relationship, well, sometimes you're going to have to call a bluff, and sometimes you're going to have to put your cards down.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, because Iran knows. I mean, we see it right now. They can open and close the straits when they feel like it, and put a stranglehold on this situation. They can do it whenever they feel like it. We see it.
And then I got Lindsey Graham out here on Meet the Press on Sunday.
Yes.
Going, well, I spent a lot of time with the president this weekend, and here's what I think is going to happen. If the Iranians don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, the United States is going to take it by force, and then we're going to start charging tolls. And I'm like, well, wait a second. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. That's crazy. Because if we're complaining about the Iranians and Oman charging tolls for an international waterway, which would be a violation of international law,
yes.
What makes it any different if the United States did it?
Exactly. Yeah,
absolutely insanity.
Michigan Senate Democrats have unveiled a sweeping 8-bill package to heavily regulate data center developments. The proposal caps data center water use at 2 million gallons a day, protects residents from rising electrical rates, and bans public officials from signing non-disclosure agreements. The move follows local backlash over a massive $16 billion open AI and Oracle project in Saline Township, which is expected to consume as much power as 1 million homes. While some Republicans are calling for a full 1-year freeze on all data centers, Republican House Speaker Matt Hall expressed openness to parts of the Democratic plan. To reach the governor's desk, the bills must pass both the Democratic-led Senate and the Republican-led House. So they want to put a bill together to regulate data centers. We'll see what happens with that, how much that affects us getting data centers here. Everybody else around us, they're coming fast and furious.
Yeah, certainly. Meanwhile, on Friday, the U.S. men's soccer team knocked off Australia 2-0. They get a big win. They're on to the next round. They've got a date with Turkey coming up on Thursday. It won't make much of a difference because they're already moving on because they won both of their games. But no Christian Pulisic, no big deal. They get it done. And this is a fun team. I mean, they are, in terms of what we've wanted from a U.S. men's national team for a long time, this is kind of it. This is what we've been looking for.
This is the prototype right here. This is it.
They are incredibly aggressive. And look, all it takes is an Italian coach. How about that?
Okay.
It's all it takes sometimes. That's all it takes.
I get it.
That was a lot of fun to watch on Friday. You probably missed it. You were en route.
On the road.
Also, the Tigers sweep the White Sox.
I saw that
as well.
Yay!
They won 5-4 yesterday. Jason, let me ask you real quick. Scooble was hot when he went on Friday against the White Sox. He was jawing at the bench, things like that. And before he came back, he was talking about, look, it's put up or shut up time for this team now.
Yeah.
Did you like that? I mean, kind of just setting the tone, the attitude that he brings?
He's the leader of this team. And when you do stuff like that, it fires everybody up.
I think so, too.
It's kind of like when a manager, when you're on a long losing streak and all of a sudden the manager can't take it anymore, I'm just going to pick a fight with the umpire.
Just to get tossed?
Managers have done that in the past.
Oh, absolutely. And it riles up.
So, yeah. And I made the joke on Friday, hey, they're this amount of games back. They're 5 games back in the wild card now, 7.5 games back in the division. Plenty of season left.
A lot of season left.
We've seen this team do it before.
Is there something brewing here?
Yeah. You know what, though? The bottom line is you get to the playoffs with this lineup, and you're still going to have problems. And that's all I can think about in the back of my head. Although I'll enjoy this for now. It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
Great game yesterday.
Enjoy the ride.
What a Debbie Downer here on a Monday.
I know, man.
Coming up on the other side, Mike Lee of Crane's Detroit Business joins us. It's JR Morning.
For more than 35 years, MetroCars has set the standard for professional transportation across Michigan and beyond. MetroCars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. Executives and business travelers trust MetroCars for dependable airport transportation and seamless corporate travel. From early morning departures to late night arrivals, their professional chauffeurs ensure every ride is punctual, comfortable, and stress-free. Choose MetroCars. MetroCars.com.
Jim Harper here, and I want to talk to those of you who've been caring for your folks. Maybe because of their age or health, they need a little extra care, so you visit them often. Maybe they're living with you. But if it's time for them to get quality professional care, I've got a tip for you. Rose Senior Assisted Living in Farmington Hills. I wish I'd known about Rose when Lynn's mom was with us. Doctors told us she needed more care than we could provide, and that's what Rose Senior Assisted Living has been doing. Cool apartments that are modern and clean and full of bright, cheery staff and residents. They'll have people attending all their needs, doctors available, and the food is first class. Call Rose at 248-522-2460. Set up an appointment to check them out. You will be impressed. They're on the web at farmingtonhills.roseseniorliving.com. Rose Senior Living, assisted living. Feels like family, feels like home. That's farmingtonhills.roseseniorliving.com.
This summer, cool down the Michigan way with Guernsey Farms Dairy. Their legendary ice cream is made right here in Michigan, and nothing beats their refreshing lemonade, which we know is the official lemonade of Mackinac Island. Whether you're hitting the lake, hosting a backyard barbecue, or just soaking up the sunshine, Guernsey's got your summer cravings covered. They have been the staple in Michigan fridges for over 80 years, and I choose to have the ice cream, the lemonade in our house. When John McGuire started Guernsey Farms Dairy, he had a vision, and now it's continued with the family's third generation. John wanted to create a legacy for his family and the community, and the McGuire family is proud to continue that work today. Guernsey now delivers over 70,000 gallons of milk a week because of their great team and its partnership with one of Michigan's oldest family-owned fourth-generation dairy processors, Walnutdale Farms in Wayland, Michigan. Remember, when looking for Guernsey's award-winning milk, ice cream, and lemonade, make sure to visit your local grocer or stop by their store and restaurant in Northville for an experience like no other.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The ultimate fan experience. Cosm is coming to Detroit. Go beyond the screen for live sports, movies, art, and entertainment without ever leaving your seat. When you can't be there, be at Cosm.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
Southbound 75 is closed between the Jeffries and 96 due to an accident. Traffic is being stopped right in that area. Southbound 75 between Holly Road and Dixie Highway. Accident there taking up the right lane. Flooding is cleared on the Lodge southbound at 94. However, that area is still very slow. Also delays on the Jeffries westbound between 75 and Warren Avenue. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Maybe a little slow out there this morning with scattered areas of rain and showers around, but it won't last too much longer. We'll head through mid-morning and we're probably done. By lunchtime, certainly done. So let's go with the rain and showers tapering off about mid-morning. Then maybe some sunshine by this afternoon, low 70s, a little breezy. Overnight tonight, mainly clear, mid-50s. Surrounding areas are suburbs, probably in the 40s, especially north. Sunshine and a beautiful Tuesday, upper 70s, and a carbon copy of Tuesday on Wednesday. Mostly sunny upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stigicon, 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
I'm Kevin Dietz. Coming up on All Talk, Detroit's fabulous fireworks show is Monday night, and we are ready to celebrate. We'll have everything you need to know, from where to park to the best places to watch. Plus, meet this week's All Talk All-Star. All Talk is 9 to noon. You can stream us anytime at WJR.com.
It's a Monday morning, and as always, we like to catch up with our good friend Mike Lee, the managing editor at Crane's Detroit Business, which is brought to you by Mercantile Bank. Looking for a new business bank? Mercantile can help drive your business forward. Learn more at mercbank.com. Mike Lee, good morning. Good to have you.
Chris, happy to be here.
Well, let's talk about it. A new package of bills was introduced in the House late last week. It would ask hospitals to cut prices by 10%. There would be a cap of future increases on the inflation rate. It would also pull back the reins on aggressive collection of medical debt, and it's being driven by the House Speaker.
Yeah, House Speaker Matt Hall put these bills into play last week. Really an aggressive effort to rein in hospital costs. What he's threatening them with, if they don't do this 10% price cut, and the rest of what you mentioned, is threatening hospitals' nonprofit status. The vast majority of hospitals in Michigan are nonprofit, regardless of how much money flows through them, and that's it's a big deal. If they lose their nonprofit status, they have to pay property taxes and lose other benefits. Hall says hospitals are abusing their nonprofit status, points to some other states that have instituted some other price controls. This proposes putting together a panel that would monitor hospital pricing. The hospitals, speaking through the Michigan Health and Hospital Association, are pushing back really hard on this. You can expect it to be a fight. Arguing that the price controls would worsen affordability and they'd risk hospital closures, especially in rural areas where hospitals are already hanging on by a thread. Just last week, the hospital in Sturgis, Michigan, closed its doors because it's so difficult for rural hospitals to make their finances work. They also note Michigan is actually one of the cheapest states in the nation for hospital prices. So this is going to be a very big fight in Lansing going forward. You have to observe that healthcare costs are one of the issues that crosses party lines. So this could be something that gets some momentum. So we'll be keeping track of it.
Mike, online casinos and sports betting here in Michigan doing big business, but so is casino addiction and gambling addiction and bankruptcy.
Yeah, the last 5 years or so, the gambling picture in Michigan has changed, but really, really dramatically. We've legalized online casinos as well as sports betting. Everyone has a casino in their pocket, and that is having some negative effects. The state collects an awful lot of taxes from gambling, there's been more gambling just in total than was expected when these were legalized. But addiction specialists, bankruptcy attorneys are also doing big business. They're seeing a surge in problem gamblers, and because of the interest in heavy promotion of sports betting, a lot of those are young men, 20s and 30s. Drawn in. We talked to one man from Grand Rapids, lost more than $100,000 across the mobile apps in less than a year. You're probably talking hundreds of thousands of residents who do have some level of gambling problem, and the state has responded a little bit. There's a prevention fund, and there's some advertising campaigns. But the state doesn't really keep track, hasn't really studied the issue of how many people gambling is becoming a problem for. That's something that experts are pushing. You have to understand the problem before you know you have a problem. Other things that could happen are banning credit card deposits, which some casinos have done on their own. Limiting prop bets, which right now prop bets are you can bet on pretty much anything that pops into your head. and tightening rules on the advertising, which we obviously see so much of on our sports broadcasts. So we're still only a few years into this experiment in making gambling as legal as it is. So we will be continuing to monitor the after effects.
Meanwhile, if you own a house here in Michigan, you're probably sitting on some gains.
Yeah, it's kind of a good news story for Metro Detroit homeowners. We've had kind of a slow and steady housing market. Home prices have marched upward in value over the last decade or so, but not to the degree that some of the Sun Belt towns did, which means that we're sitting on some equity, on some profits. New data from a firm called Parcel finds that nearly all homeowners in Metro Detroit are sitting on gains. Only 1 in 14 homes listed right now is priced to sell at a loss. That's a very different picture from cities like Austin, where one out of every 3 listings is underwater, and nationally the figure is 1 in 10. Our home values grew at a more measured pace than some of those other markets, and people in those markets who bought near the top are really kind of stuck. So it's good news for a housing market that hasn't always been so healthy. As recently as 2019, Detroit still had pockets where a quarter of homeowners were underwater, kind of the long hangover from the Great Recession. So I think we can confidently declare that we've bounced back from that.
Well, that is certainly good news. Bringing it to us here on a Monday morning, Mike Lee. Always appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you all.
Yeah, you got it.
With the casino deal, like he says, everybody basically has a casino in their pocket right now on their phones. You can go on your phones and make these bets, and it's just really easy to do it.
Yeah, it's funny. I was with some buddies a couple weekends ago, and I like everybody's betting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember talking to a friend, and he's getting ready to place a bet on the U.S. match.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't realize you were a soccer fan. He's like, I'm not. And I'm like, all right, like, what are you betting on then? He's like, just like total goals or goals and a half and I'm like, you don't even know soccer. And he's like, no, not really. And I'm like, well, then what are you betting on?
Right.
Now, look, I mean, sometimes you just throw things out there. You just follow the trends and, you go for the ride.
And you look at the odds and you just kind of,
I don't know how. I mean, I can't bet on something that I don't at least have an idea about.
Absolutely. Me either. And I mean, I have bet.
Which, by the way, hasn't always worked out. You think you know something, and then you
like
luck
I
into
bet
it.
on boxing, and
Right.
I know the fighters pretty well and stuff, but, and you think you know what's going to happen, but stuff happens. It doesn't always come out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. Stuff happens. Way to censor that on a Monday.
Yes.
Coming up on the other side, you had Friday off. You went down to see your daughter in Columbus, Ohio, and you've experienced something that I think we've all been in this position.
Okay.
When checking into a hotel, staying for a couple of nights. We'll tell you what that's about. Coming up next, it's JR Morning.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The Dan Bongino Show.
Do not apologize. You are a free American citizen.
Hard truths and a bold perspective no one else can offer.
It's not that I don't do things wrong. It's that the apologies are relevant about these particular matters. You go out and kick grandma on the street, you damn well better apologize. Don't ever kick grandma, by the way. But you take a stance in your life, there's always a counterpart. That's why it's a stance. Someone else is going to hate it. You can't try to make everybody happy. Real men walk alone, brother.
The Dan Bongino Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I'm Eric Reno, owner of Paramount Roofing. We've protected thousands of homes, and right now, there has never been a better time to replace your roof.
Ryan Romani here, and Eric is not kidding. Paramount's biggest way to save means no money down and 0% interest for 5 full years. New roof, no catch.
Get a free estimate at weareroofing.com. That's weareroofing.com.
Paramount Roofing, built to last, backed for life.
Fox News, I'm CJ. Papa Britain will soon have a new leader. Prime Minister Keir Starmer reveals his decision earlier, saying he informed King Charles Starmer's Labour Party won in a landslide less than 2 years ago. Now he becomes a caretaker until a new leader of the Labour Party is chosen. Major progress in Switzerland in the peace talks between the U.S. and mediators from Iran and other nations. Vice President J.D. Vance is there.
Can we turn over a new leaf? Can we change relations in the Middle East permanently? Or do we go back to doing things the old way?
A U.S. diplomat involved in the talks told Fox News some of the discussion was focused on clarifying the confusing messaging on the Strait of Hormuz to ensure it will remain open, adding that robust discussions on all elements of the nuclear deal are ongoing.
Fox's Trey Yanks in Tel Aviv. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Sponsored by Femininio Law. GetDavid.GetPaid.com. Traffic and weather is sponsored by Femininio Law. Get David, get paid.
After an accident, help shouldn't be on hold. That's why only Femininio Law has the accident response team. We work for you, we meet with doctors, we preserve the evidence. Call 855-65-CRASH or visit GetDavidGetPaid.com.
Southbound 75 currently closed between the Jeffries and Porter Street due to an accident involving a jackknife semi with a fuel leak. So that could be there for a little while. Southbound 75 between East Holly Road and Dixie Highway, a crash taking up the right lane. Slow travel on the Jeffries westbound between 75 and Warren Avenue. Same with westbound 94 between the Southfield Freeway and Telegraph. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Rain this morning, partly cloudy the rest of the day, a high of 73. Right now it's 58. Clear skies tonight and a low of 54. Sunshine for tomorrow at the high of 78. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
Michigan summers mean outdoor adventure and fun, but high temperatures shouldn't break your budget. Count on Consumers Energy to help you make the most of this season and your budget with tips and ways to save. Making small changes like shifting some energy use to the morning or the evening, raising your thermostat a couple of degrees, and doing laundry at night or in the weekends can help lower your bill while keeping your home comfortable. Discover more ways to beat the heat at consumersenergy.com/summer.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Quick story. I needed new glasses. And like many of you, I thought, well, I can go online. That's easy. But then I remembered the last time I did that, it wasn't easy. They didn't look good on me, and they weren't cheap. So then what? You can't take them back to the store. It's the web. Then I remembered Direct Optical Optique. Many of you got your glasses there. You looked great and had a wonderful experience. And that's what I remembered, the experience. I remembered Mariana, Frame Stylist of the Year, and how great she and her staff were at helping me find the right frame at a good price. And that's all we want, right? And they have 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple in West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to the IKEA. Go see Mariana at Direct Optical Optique. She still knows everybody by name. 3 generations of loyal customers for a reason, because you get the attention you deserve. Direct Optical Optique in West Bloomfield and in Canton, and at OptiqueDetroit.com.
The Ford Fireworks downtown Detroit on WJR. From the Parade Company VIP Rooftop Party high atop Center Garage. With live coverage with Paul W. Smith all evening. Traffic and weather to get you in and out of the city. And the world-famous Detroit Ford Fireworks at 9:55 p.m. Keep WJR with you for clear, crisp, perfectly synced sound. The Ford Fireworks WJR simulcast from the top of Center Garage, Monday, June 22nd on 760 WJR.
Catch the Michigan Opportunity, an economic development series featuring candid conversations with business leaders and innovators across Michigan. Every Saturday night at 11 p.m. on the Michigan Opportunity, you'll hear firsthand accounts on how the state is driving job growth and business investment, supporting a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem, building vibrant communities, and helping to attract and retain one of the most diverse and talented workforces. The Michigan Opportunity, Saturdays at 11 p.m., sponsored by the MEDC.
Stay here for All Talk with Kevin Dietz at 9. Now back to JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
All right, so you found yourself in a bit of a rock and a hard place this weekend.
A little kerfuffle.
Yeah.
So I go to Columbus to visit my daughter. And so we stay in a hotel. There's me, my wife, and 2 of my grandkids, ages 6 and 11.
Okay.
And so we go. And it's a very nice hotel. Very nice. Looks like it was probably newly built.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice hotel. So we drive up, and the area right in front of the door of the hotel, it's got a kind of a overhang there where you kind of park, go in to check in, and you can unload your luggage there and all that. Well, when we drive up in this area, there are kids outside playing baseball, playing like in the roadway, just there playing baseball. And then, we drive past and everything, and then we park. I go inside to check in. I come back out. My wife says, they're throwing the ball. The ball almost hit the car several times. And she's like, hey, you guys need to watch out. No parents around, no supervision, just kind of out there.
And how old do you think these kids are?
Oh, they're probably 12.
Okay.
12, 13, something like that. So go in, check in. And so then we got there maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So later on that evening, the kids want to go and get in the pool. Downstairs, the parents had basically taken over the entire lobby. The entire lobby was taken over. Pizzas, beer, all that. That's just them. The kids are not over there. The kids are somewhere else. I don't know where the kids are. And then in the back of the hotel, there's an area there, and it was like tailgating. The parents was like it was just, and everybody's drinking and all that kind of stuff. So go to the pool. My wife is there. She's dressed for the pool, and my 2 grandkids, and they're in the pool. They're there for maybe 15 minutes, and then all of these kids, all these boys come in, and they just jump all over, and they're flipping, and they're horse playing, and jumping on each other, and splashing. And it was just crazy. No parents, just craziness. And there was a little girl in the pool that my granddaughter befriended, and they were having fun. And so the mother of this little girl said, "Oh no, we got to go." And the little girl was just so upset. She was not ready to go because she had just met Jamie, my granddaughter, and they were playing and everything. And so Marie was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to leave too because this is just out of control." in here. It was just out of control. The pool wasn't that large anyway. So it was just out of control. So I'm not dressed in pool clothes because I was outside having a cigar. And I came back in, to watch the kids. And when we were leaving, they were splashing me. I was like, hold it. We're not going to do that. So didn't say anything. We went, kids are running through the hall. They're on an elevator, horse playing. Okay. Next day, we're spending time out and we come back the next day. I repeat.
Same thing.
Walk in, parents take over the lobby, kids in the pool, try to take the grandkids to the pool. Here they come, horse playing, all of that. Couldn't, so it was not a good deal. So at checkout, I, told the person behind the counter, that I was a little disappointed in the situation. And they say they will get the general manager to call me at 8, because the general manager got in at 8:00 last night. I didn't get a call. So I made a call to corporate and they opened up a case file. And they said, I will be getting a response within 3 to 4 days. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen because to me, I paid just like the rest. It was a baseball tournament.
Got it.
There.
Got it.
Is what it was.
Got it.
And, and I get it. They're there. They paid just like I did, but I paid for a room and amenities. I didn't get a chance to really, enjoy the amenity part.
Right.
Oh, let me tell you this. So when we get into the room, the TV won't turn on. I'm hitting the remote control. It comes on and turns off. It comes on and turns off. So I had to call maintenance. Maintenance comes up there, looks behind the TV. I guess somebody had unplugged something or something. So he hooks it up, starts working. So we're watching TV. So we go to sleep probably about 11 o'clock. We go to bed. Okay. I turn the TV off. At 4 o'clock, the TV comes on by itself. I'm like, what the heck? So I grabbed the remote control.
It's these dang kids is what it is.
And I turned it off. 20 minutes later, TV comes back on. It was coming on like every 20 minutes, starting at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. I've never been in a hotel where something like this has happened and they basically had taken over the hotel.
I have.
Have you?
I have. And I've been in your exact position before where it's like, we got the boys, we're out, we're somewhere. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in the middle of a dance competition. And there's what feels like 100,000, 11-year-old girls running around. And it's like, oh my gosh. And right. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And it's funny because I also have thought about like, should I say something? But then I'm like, what are they going to do? All these people paid.
Oh, no.
The thing that makes it worse is they travel in packs.
Yes.
They're like a pack of wild dogs. They just roam around the hotel going from section to section.
That's what they do.
And then they're in the pool. Then they're over here. And then they're, and then it's like,
and we can't do anything. And the parents just turn them loose. And the pool area, there's no lifeguard or anything in there. And so if one of these kids, Lord forbid, slips and hits their head or hurts themselves, there's nobody. I mean, now maybe one of the other kids can help them, but there's no parental supervision. Nobody.
Right.
The parents were not around at all.
Right. Yeah. It's like the problem is you get to the point where, like it's happened to us before. It's like you get to the pool, you're there for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden 13, 11-year-olds come in and you're like,
exactly what happened.
All right, we got to go. It's not a place for us anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
Intimidating to the kids.
Well, right. And they were, they were littler or whatever. And it's like, Henry's sitting in the pool in his little floaty and he's just like a buoy out in the middle of Lake Huron, just floating there. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
You got to go.
You got to go. You got to go.
So it is a bummer. It is a bummer. But you got overrun is what you did.
I did. But the kids had a good time, regardless.
That's all that matters.
That's it.
That's all that matters. All right, coming up on the other side, we're going to hear a piece of Jamie's new podcast, Jamie's Journey, Angels Along the Way. A new episode is out. We're going to focus in on that coming up at 6:49. But first at 6:44, time for Ion Engineering, brought to you by CSP, rethinking composites for a lighter, sustainable future. Learn more at thecsp.com.
Toyota's Collaborative Safety Research Center, which partners with outside groups for critical safety research, announced 10 new projects as it approaches its 15th anniversary. The center, run out of Toyota's North American R&D hub in Saline, was started when the company decided that investing in safety research by clinical, lab, and university settings would advance knowledge faster and further than keeping it all in-house. Among the 10 new projects is a University of Virginia-led study asking how to predict lumbar spine injuries in both upright and reclined passenger seating positions. Another, with gross point-based touchstone evaluations, will study how a driver's speed affects surrounding traffic behavior. To date, more than 100 CSRC studies have been completed on everything from active safety features to human factors affecting crashes. For SAE International, I'm Chris Klontz, and that's an Eye on Engineering.
CSP is back. Not because we're going back, but because we've returned to the name that built our reputation as the leader in lightweight composite components for the transportation industries. Our legacy has always been defined by our ability to bring together materials, engineering, and manufacturing expertise to create mobility solutions that are lighter, stronger, and more eco-friendly. We are the composite solution partner. Learn more at thecsp.com.
If your roof is leaking, missing shingles, or showing signs of age, don't wait until it turns into expensive damage. Get your roof replaced now and get $2,000 off with Weather Seal Home Improvements, your local trusted roofing expert. At Weather Seal Home Improvements, you work directly with the owner, getting an honest, no-hassle estimate right away. For a limited time, get $2,000 off your roof replacement. One quick call to Weather Seal Home Improvements could save you thousands. Visit WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com to get an estimate today. That's WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com.
Is your home ready for an exterior upgrade? New roof, siding, and gutters can completely transform the look of your home. Right now at Weather Seal Home Improvements, they're giving you $2,000 off your roof replacement. They'll give you a durable upgrade for your home, protecting what matters most and money back in your pocket. Now that's a good deal. Trust the experts at Weather Seal Home Improvements for your next roof replacement and schedule a free estimate today at WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com. That's WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com.
This summer, cool down the Michigan way with Guernsey Farms Dairy. Their legendary ice cream is made right here in Michigan, and nothing beats their refreshing lemonade, which we know is the official lemonade of Mackinac Island. Whether you're hitting the lake, hosting a backyard barbecue, or just soaking up the sunshine, Guernsey's got your summer cravings covered. They have been the staple in Michigan fridges for over 80 years, and I choose to have the ice cream, the lemonade in our house. When John McGuire started Guernsey Farms Dairy, he had a vision, and now it's continued with the family's third generation. John wanted to create a legacy for his family and the community, and the McGuire family is proud to continue that work today. Guernsey now delivers over 70,000 gallons of milk a week because of their great team and its partnership with one of Michigan's oldest family-owned fourth-generation dairy processors, Walnutdale Farms in Wayland, Michigan. Remember, when looking for Guernsey's award-winning milk, ice cream, and lemonade, make sure to visit your local grocer or stop by their store and restaurant in Northville for an experience like no other.
For physical health, mental health, and everything in between, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com.
From expert brick and paver restoration and precision tuck pointing to porches, chimneys, concrete, and more, Level Masonry delivers solid masonry solutions built to last. Schedule today and get 20% off. Restrictions apply. Visit levelmasonryllc.com. That's levelmasonryllc.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
Well, the good news is southbound 75 has reopened between the Jeffries and Porter after being closed due to an accident. Traffic still very slow in that area. Southbound 75 between East Holly Road and Dixie Highway, a crash still taking up the right lane there. On the southbound 75 ramp to 696, we have flooding. The westbound 94 on-ramp to Van Dyke, an accident there. Westbound 94 also slow between Oakwood and Ecorse. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by University of Michigan. Working to advance technologies to improve lives, from predicting hazardous space weather for astronauts to helping surgeons detect missed cancer tissue in seconds. Learn more at umich.edu/look. This message is sponsored by University of Michigan's Michigan Creative. Here's your forecast.
The wet weather will be going away this morning, but seeing some showers around, I think by mid-morning. We're probably done. Sunshine, maybe as we get into the afternoon, the northeast breeze around, and highs get to the low 70s. Now, nice cool night tonight, mainly clear middle 50s. Some of our northern suburbs actually getting into the 40s, maybe some upper 40s. Sun back upper 70s tomorrow, and a beautiful day on Wednesday, sunshine upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
Yeah, I'm chilling on the dirt road. Laid back, swerving like a George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window.
All right, here's your chance to win a trip to see two country superstars, Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan in Vegas. Double the hits, one unforgettable night. We've got your flights, hotel, and concert tickets covered. The Double Down Tour, Aldean and Bryan co-headlining with special guests John Pardee and Chase Matthews, all live under the neon lights. Prizes provided by BBR Music Group. Texas Hours national keyword nights to 95819. That's NIGHT to 95819. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. Official rules and more info at WJR.com.
That's a nice show in Vegas, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jamie's journey, Angels Along the Way, Jamie's podcast continues to roll on. And want to play a little bit of the conversation because I think for and I guess I don't know this. This would just be my guess. For women, losing your hair is probably a tough thing to go through.
Oh,
less so for men,
Yeah.
I would think. But who am I? I mean, if it's something that's important to you and you lose it as you go through this process,
Yeah.
it's got to be tough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jamie has beautiful hair.
Yeah, and she caught up with Vina Taylor, who's actually her hairdresser. She's the owner of the Zealous Root Boutique in Grosse Pointe. And they talked about a couple of things, including the process of the hair growing back after treatment and Vina's journey as a breast cancer survivor. And in this particular piece of their conversation, they talk about how the experience can be a beautiful one.
You were the first one to say this, like, this is going to be hell. It's going to be a lot, but there are beautiful moments too. And what did you mean by that?
You've never felt more loved in your, oh my God. You've never felt more loved in your life. You'll never feel that. People just rise you up. They're there for you. It's so beautiful. Like the support and the love I had for my son, for my business. There were, certain people that were just, I don't know what I would have done without them. You met people that, like you said, like you barely knew, and they were like there for you in an instant. My doctors were some of those people, and I look at life through a different set of eyes now.
Yeah,
because of it. So once you get through it, you sort of have a different view on life, and it's way better.
Way better?
It is. I truly enjoy life like every single day now. I want to travel, I travel. If I want, I work hard and I play very hard, and I don't have a single piece of guilt on a Sunday morning if I'm hungover because I had freaking fun the night before. I don't have anxiety ever because I'm like,
You're
stuff
living.
was fun.
You're living.
I am living. I love what I do for a living. The women in my life are everything to me. My son and my nephew are everything to me. My family is so important to me. But I'm surrounded by like this group of women that always support each other no matter what. Everybody goes through their stuff, and I'm doing so good by not swearing, by the way.
Really proud of you.
Thank you.
Our first phone call was not as PG.
It's been really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really do love life differently. And you know?
I've been asked that question, like, how do you think you're going to be on the other side of it? It's like, well, I don't quite know that yet, but I know I'm going to be different. Like
I'll
the
tell you
old
what,
Jamie's gone, I think.
there's like nothing nothing can really like stress you out the same way it used to. Right after I finally got like, you know, pretty much at the end of getting better, going through a divorce, going through COVID.
You're just like, oh, this is nothing.
Going through an insane flood, both at the salon and at home. There's like definitely going to be moments that are tough, but you're like, hold my beer, I've got this. So yeah, there's a lot of positives that come out of it.
A really great conversation between Jamie and Vina, and you can look up anywhere you get your podcast. Just search Jamie Edmonds, and you'll find it.
And talking about coming out on the other side, because I tell Jamie all the time, I already know how this is going to turn out, and she always says, "Lloyd, from your mouth to God's ears."
Yeah.
Me and I am a Christian, and I am a believer, and I have conversations with God every now and then. And I had a conversation about that. And I just feel that the Lord will heal Jamie, and Jamie's going to be great on the other side. He's already told me he's going to do that. And she's going to have a testimony on the other side. And she's going to be able to tell people that, hey, this can be a tough journey, but it's a winnable journey. And I think, Jamie's going to win. I'm very confident that she's going to win. She looks good. She's doing well. And we'll be talking to Jamie later on in the program.
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
hear from her as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And, and to Jamie's credit, that testimonial can start now, right?
Oh.
She's going through it. She's providing great relief to people who are in the throes of it or who are, on the precipice of getting into that treatment. But that what ended up being an incredible help for her is also helping others. And yeah, it's special.
This podcast is so helpful to so many. I talk to friends and people who know what's going on with Jamie who listen to the podcast, and they say, wow, it has helped them. They've turned the podcast over to some of their family and friends who are going through it. So it is really helping.
Yeah, it's cool. So we'll talk to Jamie coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Meanwhile, Serena Williams, who retired 4 years ago, has been awarded a wild card for Wimbledon. She's going to play in singles in Wimbledon.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It doesn't surprise me. Sometimes these people, they retire, they just miss the limelight. They just, miss the crowds and stuff. Boxers go through this all the time. Retired, done. But then after a few years, they come back because, I can beat this guy. I know I can beat him, so let me come back.
Right. I remember when Floyd Mayweather came back to fight. Yes. I don't even remember who. It doesn't matter. But I'm like, this is a shell. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
This is not Floyd Mayweather.
No, absolutely
He's fast. He's fast compared to other boxers, but he's much slower than what he used to be.
Exactly.
It's like these bands that like retire and then come back and they're like.
I know.
Oh. 7 o'clock hour coming up. Steve Mitchell's going to join us, the pollster. He's got some things to say.
If your roof is leaking, missing shingles, or showing signs of age, don't wait until it turns into expensive damage. Get your roof replaced now and get $2,000 off with WeatherSeal Home Improvements, your local trusted roofing expert. At WeatherSeal Home Improvements, you work directly with the owner, getting an honest, no-hassle estimate right away. For a limited time, get $2,000 off your roof replacement. One quick call to WeatherSeal Home Improvements could save you thousands. Visit WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com to get an estimate today. That's WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com.
Is your home ready for an exterior upgrade? New roof, siding, and gutters can completely transform the look of your home. Right now at WeatherSeal Home Improvements, they're giving you $2,000 off your roof replacement. They'll give you a durable upgrade for your home, protecting what matters most and money back in your pocket. Now that's a good deal. Trust the experts at WeatherSeal Home Improvements for your next roof replacement and schedule a free estimate today at WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com. That's WeatherSealHomeImprovements.com.
Hi, Jim Harper here. You know what one of the hottest trends for seniors is these days? Independent living. Yeah, a lot of people are doing it. We're not talking about moving into a nursing home. We're talking about Rose Senior Living in Farmington Hills and the wonderful life they have waiting for you. If you're 55 and up and the house or condo you're in is just too big, maybe the kids are gone, independent living at Rose Senior Living is like being in a 5-star hotel. I was impressed with how modern and high-tech it was. It's a community with people just like you who are having the time of their lives. They have over 300 organized activities every month. Call them at 248-522-2460. Make an appointment to check them out or visit them only at farmingtonhills.roseseniorliving.com. Rose Senior Living, family-owned and operated, feels like family, feels like home at Rose Independent Senior Living.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Britain is going to get a new prime minister. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision.
Keir Starmer will step down, though not immediately, as his party works to pick a new leader and prime minister, potentially new parliament member Andy Burnham, who will seek the office. Fox's Jeff Paul reports from London.
Starmer has faced economic pressure as well as criticism for his handling of illegal immigration and the appointment of former Jeffrey Epstein friend Peter Mandelson as U.S. ambassador. He also experienced a souring relationship with the White House after the U.K. didn't join in on the Iran war. President Trump yesterday writing this on social media. He failed badly on two very important subjects, immigration and energy.
The president also threatened to bomb Iran again over the weekend. At times, there were tense talks between the U.S. and Iran with mediators in Switzerland. Vice President Vance was there, saying the initial deal will prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon as negotiations continue for 60 days.
The Iranians also acknowledged major progress in the talks, adding that a deconfliction cell for Lebanon will be the first real test of the understanding. Israel and Hezbollah did not trade fire on Sunday for the first time since March 2nd. In response, Israel lifted all restrictions for civilians in the northern part of the country. In a call with Fox News on Sunday, President Trump said he was disappointed Israel can't put Hezbollah away.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, now to Washington, where President Trump says work will begin immediately fixing the reflecting pool. He claims it was seriously vandalized. Writing on Truth Social, who would do such a thing? U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro tells Fox they'll prosecute those issued citations.
Look, the president has made it a priority to make D.C. not only safe but beautiful.
That pool has turned green, filled with algae, after a company the president hired painted the bottom of the pool dark blue, but some of that paint's peeled off, seen floating in the pool. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by MGM Grand Detroit. Get ready to rock as Killer Queen. A tribute to Queen brings the legendary band's iconic sound and energy to MGM Grand Detroit Thursday, July 9th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 18 or older.
Reopened after being closed between the Jeffries and Porter Street due to an accident. However, southbound 75 between Holly Road and Dixie Highway, right lane is blocked due to a crash. On the southbound 75 ramp to 696, we have flooding. Westbound 94 on ramp to Van Dyke, an accident there. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Rain this morning, partly cloudy the rest of the day, a high of 73. Right now it's 58. Clear skies tonight with a low of 54. Sunshine for tomorrow with the high of 78. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
It's the Inside Outside, guys. Time for your home's annual checkup.
Start by checking your roof for missing shingles. Make sure downspouts are moving water away from your foundation.
And don't forget to inspect all that caulking around your windows and doors. Small gaps can mean big energy losses.
For the area's most trusted contractors to help you with your next home project, visit guys at InsideOutsideGuys.com. That's InsideOutsideGuys.com.
Sponsored by Waterwork Plumbing.
When plumbing problems strike, inside or outside, you need a company you can trust. That's Waterwork Plumbing, the original trusted inside-outside guys plumbing company. From bathrooms, kitchens, and laundry rooms to outdoor and sewer services, Waterwork does it all. Got foul sewer smells? They'll find the source and fix it. Need a new dishwasher installed or a reliable sump pump to protect your home? They've got you covered. And when emergencies happen, Waterwork Plumbing is there 24/7. Schedule today at waterworkplumbing.com. That's waterworkplumbing.com.
For more than 35 years, MetroCars has set the standard for professional transportation across Michigan and beyond. MetroCars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. Executives and business travelers trust Metrocars for dependable airport transportation and seamless corporate travel. From early morning departures to late night arrivals, their professional chauffeurs ensure every ride is punctual, comfortable, and stress-free. Choose Metrocars. Metrocars.com.
Giveaways are back at Comerica Park for the Tigers 2026 season, and it's going to be the most memorable giveaway season yet. From hockey-style jerseys and crew necks to bobbleheads, sun hats, tiki mugs, and more. You never know what's coming next. And new this season, giveaways aren't just on Saturdays. You'll find them all throughout the week. Items are available in limited quantities, so arrive early on giveaway days to secure yours. Learn more and get your tickets at tigers.com/giveaways.
The financial industry can be confusing. That's why our show, Expedition Retirement, has a new name. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Saturdays at 3 and Sundays at 5 on News Talk 760 WJR.
It's another JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and streaming on WJR.com, where Michigan comes to talk.
All right, 7 o'clock hour. Good to have you. We talk about the ongoing negotiations between the United States and Israel. JD Vance speaking in Switzerland at this hour. Let's listen in.
And this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. That's exactly what we asked to happen. We made a lot of great progress on other nuclear talks. And that leads me to the final thing that we wanted to accomplish, which is actually set up the process for the technical negotiations that will follow. Our teams working with the Iranians, the Qataris, and the Pakistanis made great progress yesterday. They will continue to work at the technical level with the teams here in Bergenstock. And then those technical negotiations are going to continue over the weeks and days to come. We wanted to set up a structure for that so that you could have proper political oversight, but obviously, as much as this place is very beautiful, I can't stay here for the next 60 days. I'm about to go back home to the United States, but the technical teams are going to be working with proper oversight to make sure that we're accomplishing the objectives that matter for everybody. So those are the things that we wanted to accomplish. We came here, we did exactly that. The way that I think about it is very simple. We laid a very good foundation for a successful final deal. The final deal is the house. We set the foundation. We haven't built the house, but we've laid a successful foundation to get to a good place for the American people. I think it's important for all of us to appreciate how much was done, but honestly, there is still a lot to do as we continue to make progress on the nuclear talks, on the economic talks, as we continue to demine the straits and ensure that that flow of traffic continues to pick back up. A lot of progress, but still some work to do, and we're very committed to doing exactly that. So with that, I'm happy to take a few questions from guys in the audience. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's start with you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Did the president's threats yesterday really throw a wrench in negotiations? There were reports that the Iranian...
All right, so that's JD Vance this hour saying that they've set the foundation for the building of the house. Even the Iranians are willing to allow the International Atomic Energy Agency to come back in, and that there's still a lot of work to be done on this front.
Yeah, and he's leaving to come back to the United States, but he thinks the teams know what they are supposed to do and what they're looking for, and will continue with the negotiations ongoing.
Yeah, and this one of the questions that was being asked there at the end, at the start of that Q&A was, did the president's rhetoric lead to some sort of breakdown in these talks when they initially got there? Because video that was released showed that, you know, the vice president gets there and greets the mediators, and they're getting ready to talk. Well, then the Iranians come in, something happens, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And then JD Vance comes over to the mediators, is like, what just happened? And you can kind of see the concern on the faces of the mediators.
Absolutely.
As to what just happened as well. They weren't expecting that. I also, if you want to get really granular with this, the one of the things I was reading, I think it was on the Wall Street Journal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you are in a position of power, if you hold the cards, if you have the upper hand, generally you're coming in second. why were the Iranians coming in after the vice president of the United States?
Yes.
You know, again, just an observation.
No, the optics.
But I think the optics do play.
They do
here.
Yes, they do.
And so JD Vance says he's going home, but there's a lot of work on the technical side that still needs to be done. Interesting.
Political bombshell from 10 Downing Street today. Sir Keir Starmer has announced he is stepping down as Labour leader, setting the stage for a race to choose the UK's next prime minister. Speaking outside number 10, alongside his wife, Veronica, Starmer stated that he is not the best person to lead the party into the next general election. He has already informed the king of his decision. The race to replace him, that moves incredibly fast now. Nominations open July 9th. They close on July 16th, with a new prime minister expected to be in place before Parliament returns in September. And Starmer will remain in office until the contest concludes to ensure what he calls an orderly transition.
And his Labour Party lost 1,500 council seats. They lost more than 25 councils of control. They had, and this was people who had long supported the Labour Party. There was political fallout that led to more than 80 members of the Labour Parliament saying that he should resign, that it's no longer effective to lead the party going forward.
Yeah.
So Keir Starmer out as really fascinating stuff in the UK.
A celebration of life is planned in Detroit to honor longtime music publicist Matt Lee, who has died at the age of 68. Lee was well known in the city's music and cultural scene, representing clients including the Detroit Jazz Festival and Dutch Girl Donuts, the Schwitz and the Dakota Inn Rathskeller, among others. Tributes poured in on social media, including musician Julian Ankley, who said Lee was funny, kind, sarcastic, cool, all of the above. The steady supporter of Detroit's creative community for more than 20 years. The celebration of life will be held on July 1 at the Caju Cafe on Detroit's east side. Doors open 11:30 a.m. Tributes from noon to 1, followed by live music. Matt Lee was a great guy, man. I, would talk to him. He would, when he got behind one of his clients, he got behind him. He would call you, be like, Lloyd, I got something for you, and then he would really push for them. And he was just a fun guy, man. I when I heard that he had passed away, is really a shock, because he was a big supporter of the city.
Dylan Dingler homer, drove in the tying run in the ninth. Matt Vierling's bloop single completed the comeback. Tigers sweep the White Sox. They win yesterday 5-4 down at Comerica Park. A little fire in this team lately.
Yeah.
I like it.
Listen, let's hope it continues.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of baseball to play.
I'm sure you weren't dialed into Shinnecock Hills on Long Island in the Hamptons yesterday.
Probably not.
But the U.S. Open wrapped up. Wyndham Clark wins. He was finished 4 under on the day. One of the toughest courses in all of the United States. Sam Burns really made a push, and he was sitting in the clubhouse at 3 under, just hoping for a bogey on 18 from Wyndham Clark to force a playoff. But Clark holds on, and this is a guy, really good player, good ball striker, and had to endure. He started the day 7 under, finished 4 under, so he lost 3 strokes on the day. But he was able to hold on in a nail biter down the stretch at Shinnecock Hills. He wins his 2nd U.S. Open.
All righty.
Yeah, pretty cool. Meanwhile, coming up on the other side, Steve Mitchell of Mitchell Research and Communications. Campaigns are questioning his polling.
Yeah, we had him on last week. We talked about
sure
the polling,
did.
But now some people not too happy.
Not too happy. We'll talk to him on the other side. But first at 7:12, time for WJR's Business Beat, brought to you by Shelving.com. We rack your world. Here's Jeff Sloan, the founder and CEO of Startup Nation, to spotlight the entrepreneurial tech and startup community on WJR.
Good morning. As published in GameDeveloper.com, one thing consumers refuse to give up on or cut back on, in spite of how challenging the economy may be, is engaging in and spending on digital games. The total consumer spending on games topped $60 billion in the U.S. in 2025. That, according to a latest report by the Entertainment Software Association, ESA, as they're known. And it's important to note that these surveys were conducted by YouGov in February of this year, with 13,545 total respondents. And cutting right to the bottom line, here's a mind-blowing stat that makes clear just how well this category is doing, as shown in the 2026 Essential Facts About the U.S. Video Game Industry Report. Video games are outpacing consumer spending on movies, TV, and music content combined. Sourced via Circana, the total figure amounts to $60.7 billion. This is made up of about $52.3 billion spent on content, $5.4 billion spent on hardware, and $2.95 billion spent on accessories. The figure is almost as high as 2021, the year with the highest spending this far at $61.7 billion on our gaming addictions. There you have it, an industry healthy, to say the least. I'm Jeff Sloan, founder and CEO of StartupNation.com, the source for everything you need to start and grow your own business. And that's today's Business Beat on the great voice of the Great Lakes, WJR.
Shelving.com is celebrating America's 250th birthday with one of their deepest discounts of the year. 25% off commercial-grade wire shelving and accessories. Choose from dozens of sizes to fit any space. Save 25% today, no code needed.
Shelving.com, we rack your world.
It's Ryan Armani with Eric Reno from Paramount Roofing. They've been taking care of roofs in this community for years. And I'll tell you, when my neighbors ask me who to call, there's only one name I give them, Paramount Roofing.
Thanks, Ryan. Right now, we are running our biggest way to save promotion. No money down in 5 years at 0% interest on a new roof replacement. That's a deal we've never offered before.
Get your free estimates today at weareroofing.com. That's weareroofing.com.
Jim Harper here, and I want to talk to those of you who've been caring for your folks. Maybe because of their age or health, they need a little extra care, so you visit them often. Maybe they're living with you. But if it's time for them to get quality professional care, I've got a tip for you. Rose Senior Assisted Living in Farmington Hills. I wish I'd known about Rose when Lynn's mom was with us. Doctors told us she needed more care than we could provide, and that's what Rose Senior Assisted Living has been doing. Cool apartments that are modern and clean and full of bright, cheery staff and residents. They'll have people attending all their needs, doctors available, and the food is first class. Call Rose at 248-522-2460. Set up an appointment to check them out. You will be impressed. They're on the web at farmingtonhills.roseseniorliving.com. Rose Senior Living, assisted living. Feels like family, feels like home. That's farmingtonhills.roseseniorliving.com.
The American Polish Festival returns this Friday through Saturday. Award-winning Polish gourmet cuisine, beer tent, and their own craft beer, Pole Dancer. Enjoy live polka bands and the new Bourbon and Cigar Lounge. The American Polish Festival, 14 Mile and Hoover, or visit AmericanPolishFestival.com. A summertime tradition.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, a natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural, drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless again.
Legsercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
I have much less swelling and no more tingling.
Call right now and order your very own Legsercise Pro, the new proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Thanks for calling the Complete Battery Source.
This is probably a long shot, but you guys carry a battery for my boat?
Yep, got that.
But you didn't even hear what kind of boat I have.
Don't need to. We're your Complete Battery Source, where the answer is pretty much always, yep, got that.
But what if I want a battery for my motorcycle?
Yep, got that.
I haven't been able to find a battery anywhere for my...
I got that, too. Look, Complete Battery Source has batteries for everything that uses batteries, and we stock batteries for virtual any boat, for personal watercraft and runabouts, to great big luxury motor yachts, and motorcycles, too. Why, we stock batteries to fit every bike, from little scooters to great big performance and touring bikes.
Well, that sounds great. Sounds like Complete Battery Source is the place to power up all my summer toys.
That's right. All you got to do is come into any one of the 5 Complete Battery Source locations: Brighton, Southfield, Ypsilanti, Okemos, and Houghton Lake. Call toll-free 877-ALL-BATS or click on yepgotthat.com. 5 locations. Now you got that?
Yep, got that.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement Tuesday nights at 7. Firm offers insurance services, investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Northbound 75 between Pearson and 475. We have an accident on the westbound 94 on-ramp to Van Dyke. An accident there as well. Westbound 94 slow between Oakwood and Telegraph. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Wet start to our work week, but it'll end pretty quickly as we continue to push through mid-morning. The showers ending, certainly by lunchtime. So I think we're really here in town about mid-morning. 9, 10 o'clock, showers are done. A northeast breeze this afternoon. Probably get some clearing in here. Low 70s. Tonight, mainly clear and cool. Down to 55. Suburbs, maybe some upper 40s, especially north. Sunny, upper 70s tomorrow. And another beauty coming in on Wednesday. Sunshine, upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Hi, it's Paul W. Smith. Hope you've had a great Father's Day weekend. And Monday, between noon and 2, Marie Osborne will be sitting in the chair as we tape our ankles and gird our loins to prepare for the 7 p.m. Ford Fireworks broadcast, all right here on WJR.
So I think it was just last week where we talked to Steve Mitchell about a new poll. And there was a number of different interesting topics that were covered in this.
Yeah.
But his poll has come under fire, particularly from campaigns here in the state of Michigan. Politico wrote that State Senator Mallory McMorrow's campaign was pressuring MERS, the Michigan Information and Research Service, which is an independent news outlet that covers Lansing. Because the survey didn't show that she was in great standing with her campaign leading into a heated primary come August. In that poll, Mallory McMorrow was 6% ahead of the state's this race to August 4th, but was behind Abdul Al-Sayed and Haley Stevens.
Right.
But Steve Mitchell has been doing this a long time, and he's like, well, wait a second, hold on. My poll isn't flawed. There's nothing wrong with this poll. You just don't like the numbers. And Steve Mitchell, the president and CEO of Mitchell Research and Communications, rejoins us once again this morning. Steve, good to have you back.
Thanks very much. Let me address two accusations that have been made. One is they took a look at some crosstabs and said, well, these crosstabs don't make sense. Therefore, the poll is entirely wrong. Well, I'm aware that people want a third independent source. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked that question: can cross-tabulations be wrong on a poll that's correct? And this is what ChatGPT said. Yes. In fact, one of the most common mistakes people make when reading polls. The overall survey result may be quite accurate, while some of the crosstab cells are highly unreliable because they contain relatively few respondents. Then, if you weight the samples, that brings in even more problems. That can make the crosstabs even more volatile and changing and altering the numbers dramatically. So yes, you have to look at the overall results, not the crosstabs, because the crosstabs have such few subsamples in them. So that's not me responding to the attacks. This is what ChatGPT says about why looking at individual crosstabs and therefore saying the whole poll is wrong is just not the correct way to do it. The second criticism is that we use open link polling. In other words, we'll send out a poll with an open link, which means that once you take it, you can pass it on to somebody else. And if you wanted to be nefarious, you could try to get 50 other people to do it so that your candidate gets support. We have 10 protocols in effect to prevent that from happening. Perhaps the most important one is we'll send out 100,000 to 150,000 text messages, which is to about 1% of the whole state of Michigan. But we send them out in small batches. We'll send them out, say, 25,000. Those 25,000 have link 1, and link 1 will go directly to a survey. The identical survey as link 2 will go to, but it's a completely different survey. In other words, the results in link 1 will be separate from the results in link 2, and link 3, and link 4, and link 5. So if we have 4 links that show that John Jones leads Mary Smith by 10%, and the 5th one shows that Mary Jones leads John Smith, we presume that somebody may have tampered with that 5th one, and we simply don't use the data. When all the data comes in, we take a look at it, and we can determine if somebody took more than one survey. And so therefore, we get rid of the duplicates. Generally, we get rid of about 20 to 25 different duplicates every time we do a survey. So we've got these built-in ways of doing data. And as a result,
Steve, hold on. We're running an issue with your phone, your connection. Hold on for us 1 second. Let's get that fixed.
Yeah. There's been, this criticism. You got a lot of consultants who said, that this methodology is trash. But one thing I just want to know, is this debate really about science, Chris, or is it just a debate about people who just didn't like the results?
Well, let's ask it.
Yeah.
Steve Mitchell's back with us. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
Steve,
Go ahead.
And Steve, I was just telling Chris, you said that this criticism is overblown, and a lot of consultants have called the methodology trash. But is this really a debate about science, or is this more of a debate about people who just didn't like the results?
People didn't like the results. But let me again address what I was saying earlier. I'm sorry that you couldn't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. What we do is we send out the surveys, the text messages in 4 or 5 different batches. They all go to an identical poll, but it's a different poll than the others. In other words, link 1 goes to a poll, then link 2 to the same identical one, link 3 to the same identical one. So at the end, we have in effect 5 different polls. They're all identical, but we can take a look at link 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's say that 4 of the links have one candidate up by 10 points, but the 5th one has the opposite candidate up by 10 points. We can determine, therefore, that 5th one was probably corrupted, and we won't use it. We'll send out another batch of 20,000. We also have the fact that SurveyMonkey has its own proprietary ways of determining whether or not people are playing with data, and they will boot out bad surveys. They'll tell us, we think we have 3 or 4 bad surveys, and we'll say, eliminate those. And then at the end of the day, when we go into Excel, we can determine if somebody took the poll more than once. And if they took it 9 times, 1 will count, but we'll boot out the 8 duplicates.
So you find the irregularities in the many polls that you would send out.
That's exactly correct.
Were you surprised that MERS didn't run the poll after talking to the McMorrow camp?
That was their decision not to do it. We've worked with them for over a decade. A lot of the polls, most of the polls that we've done for them, they've paid for. They paid for the one that we did in May.
Mm-hmm.
I was curious as to what was happening. And what I've always done is told MERS, you can use this as a MERS poll if you'd like. We conducted it, and we've got a good relationship with you, and it benefits your company to have polling. They chose not to run it. That was their decision, and I honored their decision and did not release it. But somehow the numbers became public.
Well, it's interesting, Steve. We appreciate you coming on and talking about this, because obviously these campaigns certainly are. So we appreciate it.
One quick thing. I was ranked 13th in 2024 among all the pollsters in the country, higher than the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, ABC News, YouGov, all kinds of really good firms. I'm a great pollster.
Yeah.
They just didn't like the results. It was shoot the messenger time.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Mitchell, we appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Steve has been around a long time.
Yeah, you got it. And there one of the things that he said that he did get wrong was that Abdul El Sayed supports Medicare for all. He had put Social Security for all, but he said the poll and its methodology isn't flawed. It's not faulty. And that's where a lot of the consternation comes from. Is Hollywood having a resurgence? We talked to Paul Glantz on the other side. It's JR Morning.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Like many of you, I got LASIK surgery back in the 80s, and recently I started having trouble seeing, and it turns out they never told us LASIK doesn't last forever. So now what? Glasses? I haven't worn glasses in years, and I'm as vain as the next person. But then I remembered Mariana and the staff at Direct Optical Optique and how great they were at finding cool frames that look good on me, because they are frame stylists. You can't get that on the web or a big box store, and nobody has a bigger selection of designer frames than Direct Optical Optique. And Mariana still knows everybody by name. She's still selling cool glasses, one pair at a time with a very personal touch. So if you wear glasses now or are wearing them again, you got to go to Direct Optical Optique and let them treat you like a star. They're the only ones who can do that. 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple and West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to IKEA. OptiqueDetroit.com on the web.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh, no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Progress is reported at the U.S.-Iran peace talks in Luzern, Switzerland. Vice President J.D. Vance.
The Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing.
It was not all smooth sailing. Iranian state media said negotiations were paused after what it called an insulting message from President Trump. The president spoke to Fox News over the weekend and threatened to take over Iran. He posted on social media, "We'll hit Iran very hard if the Iranians don't stop proxies causing trouble in Lebanon." Technical level talks will continue through the week.
Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. Keir Starmer says he'll resign as British Prime Minister.
I have heard the answer, and I accept that answer with good grace.
Members of his Labour Party questioning whether he's the best person to lead going into the next elections. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
Northbound 75 between Pearson and 475. Westbound 696 slow between 11 Mile and DeQuinder. Same with westbound 94 between the Southfield Freeway and Telegraph. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Rain this morning, partly cloudy the rest of the day, a high of 73. Right now it's 59. Clear skies, going to be beautiful weather tonight for the fireworks, a low of 54. Sunshine tomorrow and a high of 78. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
If you look at online reviews for most roofing companies, it isn't pretty. Problems like missed appointments, lack of follow-up, sloppy workmanship. Unfortunately, these are common complaints. Hi, it's Paul W. Smith. That's not the case with Victor's Home Solutions. In fact, they make 3 promises to their customers. First, they'll respect your time by being on time for appointments, promptly following up, and doing what they say they'll do. Second, you get a perfect roof installed by their highly skilled roofing crews. And finally, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. No other roofing company can offer you a longer, more comprehensive warranty. Over-the-top customer service, a perfect installation, and a 50-year leak-free guarantee. It's easy to see why Victor's has more 5-star reviews than any other roofing company in Michigan and why they're different from...
All right. Tuesday on JR Morning, we'll find out what a cobot is, learn what the pursuit of happiness means 250 years later, and celebrate 80 years of Buddy's Pizza right here on WJR, WJR.com, and the always free WJR app.
The Lakes offers resort-style independent and assisted living on the magnificent shores of Cass Lake in the heart of Oakland County. Starting at $3,000 per month with amenities. 248-681-8000. That's 248-681-8000. Care, comfort, luxury.
Hi friends, Bill Golling here, celebrating 60 years of the Golling Automotive Group. With our recent additions of the new Golling Chevrolet on Michigan Avenue in Wayne and the new Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Mack in Detroit, Now even more of you can see and experience the Gowling difference. Those dealerships join Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram locations in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, and Roseville, Gowling Alfa Romeo Fiat in Birmingham, Gowling Buick GMC in Lake Orion, Gowling Toyota in Warren, and Gowling Kia in Madison Heights are always at Gowling.com.
Two country superstars, double the hits, one unforgettable night in Las Vegas. Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan are teaming up for the Double Down Tour, and we're sending you right into the action. One winner scores a trip for two to Sin City with flights, hotel, and tickets to see Aldean and Bryan with special guests John Party and Chase Matthew live under the neon lights. Listen weekdays for the national text keywords and double down on your chance to see Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan take over Vegas. Prize provided by BBR Music Group. Check out Aldean's new album, Songs About Us, available everywhere now.
History comes alive this summer at the Richmond Area Heritage Festival, June 27th and 28th. It's a salute to the tools and technologies that built our community. Watch logs turn to lumber at the Antique Sawmill. See Model T's power corn shellers and catch the Blue River Legacy String Band live. Kids can try their hand at milking a cow, shelling corn, or even recreating Thomas Edison's famous train car experiments. Explore the restored historic village from the one-room schoolhouse to the vintage filling station. It's free. For more details, visit richmondhistoricalsociety.org.
It's not just morning, it's a JR morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and on the WJR app, where Michigan comes to talk.
Well, sounds like we both went to the movies this weekend.
We did.
And we
Toy
both
Story.
saw the same movie.
Toy Story.
And none of them was for us.
None of them
No,
were for us.
wasn't for us. But I enjoyed it.
It was good.
You know what's crazy is the first Toy Story came out in 1995.
Wow, was it 95?
I was 7.
Wow.
Like I was the age.
Yeah.
That was
your time. Yeah.
That was was right in that sweet
Absolutely.
spot for Toy Story.
Yeah.
And now here I am taking my kids to go see Toy Story 5.
No, but I thought the plot was good. I thought it was really good because it's kind of like what's happening now.
Yeah, the whole premise is, how technology and screens have infiltrated the kids.
Yeah.
And now there's less time to play.
With the toys,
they're
with
not
the
interested in
dolls
playing
and the
with action
figures.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're not interested in it anymore. And
No.
it's this world of, can you make friends virtually?
Yes.
Can you reach out to somebody and become friendly, or do you have to do it the old-fashioned way to find the right friends? Right.
Exactly.
I thought it was a very cute premise, but
It was.
but there have been a lot of really big movies
It
out
really
so far this year,
has.
and we've got more coming on the
way.
horizon
Yes, we do.
here as well. Paul Glantz is the CEO of Imagine Entertainment and joins us to talk about it this morning. Paul, good morning. It's good to have you back, my friend.
Thank you very much, Chris. Glad to be back with you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what this means for the industry at large, because there's been a lot of movies out. Michael obviously
was big. Yep.
a huge success. Toy Story 5. We've got a couple of other movies coming down. The Odyssey, the pipe as well. Are we seeing a resurgence in the film industry?
We are. Year-to-date domestic box office is up 14%. We've got a strong summer remaining. And believe it or not, the holiday season, come Christmas time, it's going to be even better. So when Hollywood provides us with content that's compelling, boy, folks show up.
Paul, Detroit has always been a strong movie market. Are local audiences returning faster than the national average?
We're roughly consistent with the national average, Lloyd, but I would tell you this, it's still about giving your guests a great experience. And so that's obviously the focus of our business, meaning make it an enjoyable experience. And that's critically important in my opinion. But also we need the help from filmmakers. And, I would tell you this, the story of this year is not just the blockbusters, but it's these breakout hits by independent filmmakers. So if you look at the film Backrooms and Obsessions, those things are sort of out of the blue, but helping immensely this year. And that will be the story going forward, in my opinion, because independent filmmakers will fill the void as the major studios contract their release schedule. So, for example, Warner Brothers and Paramount are going to be merging.
Right.
It'll be very difficult to perceive that they're going to release 30 feature films a year. but that void will be filled by these independent filmmakers, and boy, are they doing well.
Are you still seeing that word of mouth plays here? I mean, I remember as a kid, you know, one of your friends goes to see a movie. They're like, you got to go see this movie. It was awesome. And I didn't even have to see a trailer. I didn't even have to see a commercial or an ad in the paper. I didn't have to do any of that. All I knew is that I was told I had to go see it. So I'm going to see that thing. Does that still resonate with audiences?
You know, it does. Absolutely. But that's not to diminish the importance of pre-show trailers. So folks can get an idea of what's coming out next. But nonetheless, yes, strong word of mouth will carry a film through. Likewise, mediocre word of mouth can very much stifle the gross going forward. So if you look at Star Wars, for example, I think it dropped 67% in its second weekend. And that would suggest that audiences were lukewarm on it. And so, yeah, folks heard maybe less than stellar results or stellar reviews, and they purchased accordingly.
Paul, about 5 years ago or so, a lot of experts said that streaming would permanently dominate entertainment. Have consumers discovered that watching at home and going to the movies aren't really competing experiences?
Well, I would call it a indirect competitor, streaming, and it is a more virulent competitor these days, Lloyd, because the in-home watching experience is terrific. Everybody's got a giant TV and wonderful sound these days, but there's nothing that beats that congregate experience, especially when we think about comedies. Like Scary Movie has done very well this year.
It has, yeah.
And one of the initiatives I'm personally involved in is to bring more comedies to the big screen.
I would love that. I think we all need a little more levity.
We do.
In our lives. So I think that would be a great idea. Paul Glantz with Imagine Entertainment. Always good to talk with you. Thank you for your time. And we love to see a coming back to the seats.
Yes.
Getting that popcorn and sitting down and watching a movie. It's good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
And Chris, a lot of people, like you said, they spend thousands of dollars on these giant TVs and these sound systems, but they're still buying movie tickets though. So he said creating an experience is something that really brings people to the movies, trying to create that experience. And I think that theater experience provides people a lot of the times what they can't recreate at home.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because when you buy that surround system or you buy that sound bar or you buy that 85-inch television, you can use that for everything. You can use it for sports. You can use it for movies. You can use it for your favorite, thriller on Netflix, a limited series, whatever it is. It all works.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to get a wonderful experience from all of it. But there's also a great experience to be had when you go to the movies.
It is.
And you get those recliners now.
And you're around others and everything. I mean, when I saw Michael, I wanted to see it in like the IMAX surround sound,
Sure.
Because of the music and everything. And it was an experience, man. And then being in there with others, that was great too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, some breaking news this morning. Alan Greenspan, the longtime chair of the Federal Reserve, has died, according to his wife, Andrea Mitchell. He was 100 years old. He suffered from complications from Parkinson's disease. He led the Fed for nearly 2 decades under 4 different presidents. He reshaped U.S. policy from, going all the way back to the Cold War through the rise of the .com era. And, there was some criticism. So you go back to the early 2000s, he was the one who was aggressively cutting rates after the .com crash.
That's right.
At post 9/11, because wanted to stimulate the economy, wanted to keep people engaged with their kind of everyday life and making sure they were still going out. But there are criticisms of him as well, because those same low rate policy decisions that he oversaw at the Fed, was there a direct correlation to the 2008 financial crisis?
Yeah.
The bubble with the housing market exploding. So those, of course, you're going to get some adulation, and you're going to get some of those that feel like you didn't do things properly the right way. He also did acknowledge, though, to his credit, that there was some misplaced self-regulation and the way that the Fed handled themselves that did end up at the 2008 financial crisis. So Alan Greenspan dead at the age of 100.
100 years old.
Led the
Wow.
Fed for a very long time, 1987 to 2006. Coming up on the other side, how are these candidates, these campaigns dealing with polling numbers? Craig Mauger at the Detroit News joins us next. It's JR Morning.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket. I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SECURE to 989898 today.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask Chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
You just have to eat kale. Kale, kale, kale.
I read you should put butter in your coffee.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your energy, digestion, and overall health, how do you know what's actually right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to show what's going on inside you right now. Not trends, not guesses, your biology. With your results, Viome gives you clear, personalized, actionable guidance. Which foods help you, which ones don't, and which supplements your body actually can benefit from. All based on the world's largest gut health databases and thousands of clinical research studies. Many people who use Viome report better digestion, more energy, and an improved mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing.
And maybe still eat the kale?
Maybe. Learn more at Viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
And eat everything blue.
No, thank you.
Every day, unsung heroes are transforming our neighborhoods. And 760 WJR's Michigan Voices with me, Marie Osborne, is here to tell their stories. But we need your help to find them. Do you know a local nonprofit or other community organization making an impact? Help us shine a spotlight on their work. Email the details to michiganvoices@wjr.com. Let's join forces to amplify the people building a better Michigan. Michigan Voices, Sunday mornings at 5:30, only on 760 WJR.
This summer, cool down the Michigan way with Guernsey Farms Dairy. Their legendary ice cream is made right here in Michigan, and nothing beats their refreshing lemonade, which we know is the official lemonade of Mackinac Island. Whether you're hitting the lake, hosting a backyard barbecue, or just soaking up the sunshine, Guernsey's got your summer cravings covered. They have been the staple in Michigan fridges for over 80 years, and I choose to have the ice cream, the lemonade in our house. When John McGuire started Guernsey Farms Dairy, he had a vision, and now it's continued with the family's third generation. John wanted to create a legacy for his family and the community, and the McGuire family is proud to continue that work today. Guernsey now delivers over 70,000 gallons of milk a week because of their great team and its partnership with one of Michigan's oldest family-owned fourth-generation dairy processors, Walnutdale Farms in Wayland, Michigan. Remember, when looking for Guernsey's award-winning milk, ice cream, and lemonade, make sure to visit your local grocer or stop by their store and restaurant in Northville for an experience like no other.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Northbound 75 between Pearson and 475. That accident has cleared. Traffic's still a little slow through that stretch. Westbound 696 seeing delays between 11 Mile and DeQuinder. Same with westbound 94 between the Southfield Freeway and E-Course. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Maybe a little slow out there this morning with scattered areas of rain and showers around, but it won't last too much longer. We'll head through mid-morning and we're probably done. By lunchtime, certainly done. So let's go with the rain and showers tapering off about mid-morning. Then maybe some sunshine by this afternoon, low 70s, a little breezy. Overnight tonight, mainly clear, mid-50s. Surrounding areas, our suburbs probably in the 40s, especially north. Sunshine and a beautiful Tuesday, upper 70s, and a carbon copy of Tuesday on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
All right, so we had a conversation with Steve Mitchell earlier in the hour, the pollster, on some of the criticisms that he's faced on conducting these polls. But how are the campaigns dealing with it? Obviously, Mallory McMorrow's campaign was unhappy with it, but when you start going into, okay, well, where do I stand? All of those things can impact how you conduct yourself going forward as a campaign or a candidate. Let's talk about it. Craig Mauger with the Detroit News joins us, had a piece on this. Craig, good morning. It's good to have you back. What are the campaigns making of these polls? They have internal polls, news organizations partner with pollsters to put out independent polling. Sometimes internally they're showing different numbers. What are they making of all of these numbers at this point?
I mean, to sum it up a bit, basically, if the poll shows their candidate in the lead, the poll's great. If the poll shows their candidate losing, it's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Good,
it's
yeah.
not.
That's it.
That makes sense.
That's a general rule. But I mean, there are some polls that are way better than other polls. I mean, we at the Detroit News have a pollster, and we do this really by the book. I mean, not to brag about what we do, but I mean, we take a lot of pride in our polling. There are other polls that are not as scientific. And these polls that the Mitchell Research Group has been putting out, there's a lot of questions about how they're being conducted, how the results are being weighted. You said Steve was on the show earlier. He probably responded to some of those concerns. Your listeners might be wondering, like, why does any of this matter? Who cares? It's all about winning over donors. If you can show donors, hey, look at this polling, I'm in the lead or I'm charging, that's a way to win donors to your side. It's also about painting the picture of momentum. And you're seeing some of the candidates really use these surveys, whether or not they are done in a scientific manner, to argue that they are the candidate with momentum.
Craig, the criticism really centers on these text messages leading voters to a Survey Monkey link that theoretically could be shared. Polling, though, has changed over the years because, people just don't answer unknown phone numbers anymore. Are these kinds of text to web surveys becoming more common?
There are pollsters that use these types of text to web surveys. One question here is, how much is Mitchell checking to make sure these links aren't being shared with other people? He has acknowledged to myself and to others that these links that are being sent out could be shared by someone who receives them with other like-minded individuals. He, I believe, filters for IP address, so you couldn't send it to yourself and then vote multiple times, it looks like, but you might be able to share it with other people. I mean, that's one criticism of his surveys. There are other criticisms of this round of survey, and when you look into the results that Mitchell has put out, that's where there's some questions. We flagged a couple things in our reporting. For instance, in the gubernatorial survey, Eric Nesbitt, who's from the West Michigan area, is running for governor. He was getting 0% of the support in West Michigan. You look at that and you say, that's kind of strange. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Mike Cox was really overperforming in Wayne County, where he has generally, in a lot of the surveys, been in third place. In the Senate survey, one of the details, I mean, there's a lot of numbers here, but Abdul El-Sayed was getting a large majority of the vote in Detroit in the survey. Last time he was on the ballot for governor, he got like about 26% of the vote in Detroit. So, I mean, these are some of the things that when you look into kind of the mechanics of how these surveys works that raise questions.
Well, it's a fascinating look at this service and how these campaigns utilize the polling. Craig Mauger, always good to catch up. Thank you for your time. Thanks for your reporting. We'll talk soon.
Have a great week.
Yeah, you do the same.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, are we just getting to a point where people just trust polls less than they have before?
Well,
new way they're polling now, because people are not answering the phones, and so they're doing this survey, this link now. I mean, it's a different way.
Look, the realities are polls are. You can be right, you can be accurate, you can be completely off. But at some point,
seen all three of those,
right? Well, and
Yeah.
again, you go back to 2016. Those
Absolutely.
polls leading up to that match between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were so off. They were so
off.
wrong.
Yes.
That everybody went, huh?
Because it was like a given that, they had Hillary up so far. It was like, yep, she's going to be president.
Oh, it was a coronation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Her celebration party was in a building with a glass ceiling.
Yes. Yes.
And here goes. Here comes the head of the campaign. Everybody go home. We're not going to have any more, numbers tonight. Okay, well, what happened?
What happened? Right.
Why did everybody think that this was going to happen? And then here comes Donald Trump, right? And I think the Donald Trump side of polling, I don't think you can poll Donald Trump. I don't think you can poll it accurately. I don't think they haven't been able to poll him accurately in any presidential election. They haven't been able to poll him accurately. I don't think they're polling him accurately now.
Yeah.
But that's just my feeling on it.
Yeah.
Because there's a history of it. There's a track record. For whatever reason, you can't get the numbers on this guy. So, his approval rate is through the floor. Is it?
Because he's still,
I don't know.
He's still backing, the candidates, and they're winning, and he still
Right.
has something.
I'm just saying, in every election, Donald Trump has outperformed the polling. Every
Yes,
single
everyone. That's
so
a true
explain
statement.
that to me.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Right. So the polls are snapshots in time. You take them with a grain of salt. That's our perspective. That's you driving to work's perspective. From a campaign perspective, it's totally different, because what they're going to do is they're going to take this piece of paper and they're going to go, oh, look at this. Joe Schmo, you want to donate $100,000 to the campaign or to my political action committee?
Look where I am on this poll here.
Look at this. We
Yep.
got juice.
Yep.
Conversely, on the other side, if they see the numbers that they don't like, they go,
Man.
don't show Joe Schmo that.
Something's wrong with that poll.
Right. So they're looking at it as a fundraising mechanism.
Yes.
They're looking at it as a way to put the numbers on a commercial and run them for a week and say, oh, Mitchell polling shows that we are in a dead heat. We need your support. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. That's the bottom line.
So the campaigns look at it completely differently.
Yep.
Also, this morning, Vice President J.D. Vance spoke from Switzerland, and he said that the foundation for the House has been laid, meaning they haven't put the framing up yet, but
They're building
the
on it.
foundation of the talks of a deal is in place. He also said there's a lot of work to do. He also said that Iran has agreed to welcome in the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, to come in and be a watchdog and oversee essentially
making sure they don't get into the nuclear again.
And dismantling the program and making sure that the nuclear dust is downgraded from where they're at now at the 65%-ish mark. So that's welcomed as well. That's a good thing. But again, yesterday things went awry.
The president said
or
something.
yesterday, this weekend, things went awry.
The president said something to kind of turn Iran off during those talks.
Correct. And so, now it's about picking up the pieces going forward and try to figuring out a way. But the technical side of those discussions are underway. Coming up on the other side, get you caught up on the headlines. Also, Helene St. James for the Detroit Free Press. Could Dylan Larkin fetch a haul? It's next.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. WJR.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen Sundays at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. Sponsored by Must Construction Careers. Learn more at mustcareers.org.
Michigan summers mean outdoor adventure and fun, but high temperatures shouldn't break your budget. Count on Consumers Energy to help make the most of this season and your budget with tips and ways to save. Making small changes like shifting some energy use to the morning or evening, raising your thermostat a couple of degrees, doing laundry at night or on the weekends. It can help lower your bill while keeping your home comfortable. Discover more ways to beat the heat at consumersenergy.com/summer.
After years of diving into the ups and downs of retirement planning, we've decided to change the name of our show, Expedition Retirement. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Saturdays at 3 and Sundays at 5 on News Talk 760 WJR.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Optimism after U.S.-Iran talks. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We made a lot of good progress. We did exactly what we wanted to do.
Vice President Vance, a short time ago at the Lake Lucerne Resort in Switzerland, where the negotiations took place, he says that includes nuclear progress and the push to prevent Iran from having weapons.
We, and this is probably what we're most excited about as Americans, the Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country.
As for another big part of the conflict, oil and other shipping,
we wanted to build a mechanism for keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. It is open.
But Fox's Jonathan Savage reports
it was not all smooth sailing. Iranian state media said negotiations were paused after what it called an insulting message from President Trump. He posted on social media, "We'll hit Iran very hard if the Iranians don't stop proxies causing trouble in Lebanon." Technical level talks will continue through the week.
Now, Hezbollah and Israel did not attack each other yesterday for the first time in months. Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned this morning.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first.
President Trump had been critical of Starmer over immigration policy and for Britain not helping the U.S. with Iran. On top of that,
you've had local elections in which the Labour Party were decimated by a lot of other parties, by Reform in particular. And of course, you had Peter Mandelson, who was the man that Keir Starmer picked to become ambassador to America. And it turned out he had close relationships with Jeffrey Epstein.
Starmer will stay on until there's a new prime minister, and Fox's Benjamin Hall also reports there's a frontrunner already.
Andy Burnham, who is the mayor of Manchester, finally won a seat in Parliament, and he is widely considered to be the next contender.
A famous economist has died. Alan Greenspan was chairman of the Federal Reserve almost 20 years, from President Reagan to George W. Bush. His wife, famous journalist Andrea Mitchell, put out a statement that Greenspan died at their home this morning of complications of Parkinson's disease. He was 100 years old. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, Ben Tyrod, what are you going to do?
I'm way ahead of you. I'll be on rockauto.com before you can even finish this commercial.
He's right. rockauto.com. Parts when you need them.
All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Well, the good news is we are currently accident-free on the roadways. Few slow spots. Westbound 696 between DeQuinder and 75. Same with westbound 94 between the Southfield Freeway and E-Course. On the eastbound side, traffic slow between 96 and 75. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Rain this morning, partly cloudy the rest of the day. A high of 73. Right now it's 59. Clear skies tonight and a low of 54. Sunshine for tomorrow, warmer with a high of 78. I'm Renee Vitale, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
America 250, Michigan made.
From the streets of Detroit to the biggest screens in the world, think about the movies that defined American cinema. Top Gun, Beverly Hills Cop, Pirates of the Caribbean, Armageddon. Stories that made us laugh, cheer, and come back again and again. Lines you can quote, moments that never fade. Now imagine one creative force behind dozens of them. Not just a hit here or there, but a career stacked with iconic films. And it all started right here in Detroit. A kid who walked the halls of Mumford High School, the same school you might remember from Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, the Mumford shirt Eddie Murphy wore, that wasn't random. That was a nod, a real one. Because before the premieres, before the red carpets, before Hollywood ever knew his name, Detroit did. One of the most successful producers in American film history, Michigan's own Jerry Bruckheimer.
America 250, Michigan made. From 760 WJR.
This Dr. Robert Livernois America 250 Michigan Made is sponsored by Bregman Family Wines. Get a true taste of Leelanau at BregmanFamilyWines.com.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
At Michigan Auto Law, we know a thing or two about winning. After all, we're Michigan's most awarded auto accident law firm. But what means more to us than any honor, the record-breaking settlements we win for our clients year after year. If you've been hurt in a car accident, just call us. We'll fight to get you the settlement you deserve. Michigan Auto Law. People over everything. Visit autolaw.com.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen Sundays at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernois. Sponsored by Must Construction Careers. Learn more at mustcareers.org.
It's another JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR and streaming on WJR.com, where Michigan comes to talk.
All right, 8 o'clock hour. Good to have you. Jamie's going to rejoin us at 8:35 to talk about the new episode of her podcast. Indeed, yay.
Yes.
It'd be nice to catch up with Jamie from the weekend. And also, Helene St. James, there was a big trade in the NHL this weekend. We're going to talk about that, what the ramifications for Dylan Larkin are, and a potential trade for him with Helene St. James coming up at 8:19. But J.D. Vance spoke today. He had a press conference in Switzerland and had some interesting things to say. First, that these negotiations are certainly ongoing.
They did threaten to walk out, or at least there were social media threats that they would walk out. But we were negotiating well past 1 a.m. yesterday, so they didn't walk out. And their technical team is still here in Bergenstock.
Okay, so the technical team is still there.
Mm-hmm.
He also talked about that the International Atomic Energy Agency will be welcomed in, according to the vice president, from the Iranians.
The Iranians have agreed to invite IAEA inspectors back into their country. That is a major milestone for the American people and the first step in permanently denuclearizing or permanently ending a nuclear weapons program in Iran.
So that's good news. And one of the criticisms of that is, was the IAEA a part of the JCPOA? And the answer is yes, they were.
Yeah.
And those international regulators were a part of this initial joint comprehensive action plan that the Obama administration had put together. But one of the same things that this administration had been saying then was that that regulation wasn't even good enough.
Good enough, right.
That they were still manufacturing and enriching the uranium.
So it's going to be different this time.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again,
asking for a friend.
It goes to part of my skepticism about the memorandum of understanding as a whole.
Yeah.
Right. And this idea of where this money's coming from. Where is all of this money going to be coming from? This idea that this $300 billion is coming from where? From what? From who? Right? All of these things, all of these assets that are going to be unfrozen for the Iranians to then take advantage of. There are still a lot of questions about these, about the foundation in which this house will then be built on.
Yeah. But
at the same time, you've got the president out here with strong language. Basically, we're going to take military action if things don't work out. If these talks go sideways or they don't go the way that the United States wants, then back to military action we go. Well, that obviously spooked the Iranians when they came to Switzerland, enough for them to leave. Now, as the vice president said, the technical team was still there.
Yeah.
But much of the figureheads left.
They said, bye-bye.
So, again, something to watch. We're watching it very closely, but these negotiations are ongoing in Switzerland between the United States, Iran, and their mediators.
Well, they're calling it a political bombshell on 10 Downing Street, but I don't know. I think the writing was kind of on the wall. Sir Keir Starmer has announced he is stepping down as Labour leader, setting the stage for a race to choose the UK's next prime minister. Speaking outside of 10 Downing, alongside his wife, Victoria, Starmer stated that he is not the best person to lead the party into the next general election. He has already informed the king of his decision. The race to replace him moves pretty quick as nominations open July 9th. They close on the 16th of July, with the new prime minister expected to be in place before Parliament returns in September. And Starmer will remain in office, he says, until the contest concludes to ensure what he calls an orderly transition.
So he's going to step down. Meanwhile, the UK will be looking for their 6th prime minister in 7 years.
Boy.
A lot of turnover. Meanwhile, Alan Greenspan has died at the age of 100, complications of Parkinson's disease, according to his wife. And he led the Fed for a very long time, 1987 to 2006.
Yeah. 19 years, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the more longest serving and influential Fed chairs in U.S. history. And this goes to a lot of the things that he did. There was, strong economic growth, low inflation. That's where the Maestro nickname came from, the moniker that he received. He had low interest rate policies, .com, 9/11, just to keep people moving forward, right? Because there was a lot of uncertainty at that time. And then the criticism came from those same low interest policies when the 2008 financial crisis hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you had all the housing bubble burst. You had, automakers needed to be bailed out. Yep. Banks, the whole thing. It was an absolute disaster. If you go back then.
Yeah.
And this is when, he started to understand or even admit that there were some flaws in the thinking to keep interest rates as low as they were, just to try to keep the economy stimulated as much as possible. But there's no doubt he is one of the most influential most influential economic figures.
Oh, man.
Of the last 50, 60 years.
Think of the Fed, it always was Greenspan all the time until recently.
Yeah.
The Detroit Police Department has transferred 19 detainees to federal immigration authorities so far this year. That's according to figures obtained by Axios. The transfers recorded between January and early May already account for nearly 2/3 of the total number of individuals turned over to ICE in all of 2025. The increase comes amid a broader rise in deportations across Michigan. While Detroit police maintain they limit cooperation with federal agents, civil liberties advocates note that complying with ICE detainer requests is optional for local law enforcement. Department officials decline to elaborate on why the pace of transfers has accelerated this year.
The Ford fireworks are tonight downtown.
Weather's going to be great.
Weather's going to be
It looks
perfect.
funky now, but it's going to be great.
It's a little gray now, but I think it's going to clear up and be pretty nice later on.
It is.
I will say last year was very hot.
It was muggy and hot, wasn't it?
It was, a swelter. It was almost 100 degrees. It was
really
absolutely
hot,
crazy. This year it's going to be much nicer. I'm taking the kids down there. We're going down, check out the fireworks. But lots of popular, it's funny too. Everybody's got a spot.
Oh, definitely.
Like, yeah. Belle Isle's nice spot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you my spot.
Waterfront is my spot.
Yeah. So everybody's got a spot for the fireworks. It's the 68th edition of the Ford fireworks. It starts at around 10 o'clock tonight. And the theme for this year, Detroit, go for launch.
Oh, boy.
I love it.
And Tony Michaels has put this music together.
Every year.
He says you're going to be.
It's an expert playlist.
He says you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and then you're going to have a heart attack. That's what he said. Those are his
verbatim.
His words, right? I was like, okay, Tony.
Tony, geez, oh, peace. Taking us on a ride here. But Hart Plaza, Spira Plaza, Irma Henderson is another great spot to watch. And obviously, Belle Isle, people are going to be rolling in there anytime now.
And you should take the people mover. Park. And then take the people mover into downtown because it's going to be easier to maneuver around.
You know
here.
what?
I'm just saying.
That's very selfish of you.
I'm saying. Just take the people mover.
Lloyd will guide you around.
It's going to guide you and tell you where to go.
Lloyd will guide you around.
Yes.
The voice.
Just saying.
Of the people mover. Tigers win yesterday 5-4. Dylan Dingler had a...
got to let it play a little bit.
I mean, give it some air. Let it breathe here. Give the baby. You can't tantalize them like that. All right. Dylan Dingler with a home run. He had a tying run in the ninth inning. Matt Vierling bloop single and took him 10, but they win it 5-4, sweeping the White Sox.
A W is a W.
In a year of inconsistent bats, Van Dingler's been awesome.
He has been the one
Bright spot.
consistent. The one
Very much,
consistent guy that you can count on. And I don't know where this power came from.
He had a big series.
With Dylan Dingler.
4 home runs this series.
Yeah.
Was it 4 home runs in this series? Yeah.
4 home runs in the series. And they just sweep the second place team in the AL Central. And they're only a game back of Cleveland.
Oh.
So, I mean, playing really, really well, the White Sox are.
Mm-hmm.
And
that
Tigers
water
took
is going to find its level with the White Sox.
I
they are
agree.
improved.
I agree.
But not this much.
I agree. But let's.
Still a lot more baseball.
Can we just enjoy this for a minute, please?
Absolutely. That's what I was trying to say. Let's enjoy this for a minute.
Goodness gracious. What's going to happen to this Dylan Larkin trade now that we've had a big Brady Tkachuk from Ottawa to Florida trade?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? It's next on JR Morning.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This summer, cool down the Michigan way with Guernsey Farms Dairy. Their legendary ice cream is made right here in Michigan, and nothing beats their refreshing lemonade, which we know is the official lemonade of Mackinac Island. Whether you're hitting the lake, hosting a backyard barbecue, or just soaking up the sunshine, Guernsey's got your summer cravings covered. They have been the staple in Michigan fridges for over 80 years, and I choose to have the ice cream, the lemonade in our house. When John McGuire started Guernsey Farms Dairy, he had a vision, and now it's continued with the family's third generation. John wanted to create a legacy for his family and the community, and the McGuire family is proud to continue that work today. Guernsey now delivers over 70,000 gallons of milk a week because of their great team and its partnership with one of Michigan's oldest family-owned fourth-generation dairy processors, Walnutdale Farms in Wayland, Michigan. Remember, when looking for Guernsey's award-winning milk, ice cream, and lemonade, make sure to visit your local grocer or stop by their store and restaurant in Northville for an experience like no other.
These days, it feels like everything costs more, and healthcare is no different. But what many people don't realize is that rising hospital costs, prescription prices, and more people needing care all affect what Michigan families pay. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is ready to help by lowering drug costs, focusing on preventive care, and improving quality while reducing unnecessary costs. Because affordability matters to everyone, and progress is happening. Learn more about what Blue Cross is doing to help at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
Where can you get the inside scoop on what's being talked about in Lansing and around the state? Find out on the Mackinac Michigan Show, sponsored by the Mackinac Center for Public Policy, this Wednesday at 7 or anytime at thegreatvoice.com.
Discover the beauty of mid-century modern homes and stunning landscaping at the 17th Annual Southfield Garden Walk. Join the fun Sunday, June 28th from 2 to 5 p.m. in the Sherwood Village neighborhood. Tickets are just $15. Learn more at cityofsouthfield.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing. But I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
No crashes on the roadways right now. Westbound 94 slow between the Southfield Freeway and E-Course. Same with westbound 696 between Coolidge and Southfield Road. Also, heavy traffic on southbound 275 between 7 Mile and M14. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
The wet weather will be going away this morning, but seeing some showers around, I think, by mid-morning. We're probably done. Sunshine, maybe as we get into the afternoon, the northeast breeze around, and highs get to the low 70s. Now, nice cool night tonight, mainly clear middle 50s. Some of our northern suburbs actually get into the 40s, maybe some upper 40s. Sun back upper 70s tomorrow, and a beautiful day on Wednesday, sunshine upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagicon, 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Hi, it's Paul W. Smith. Join us Monday night starting at 7. It's the 68th annual Ford Fireworks. We'll be there in all the glory of America. Join us starting at 7 Monday on WJR.
All right, so we're not going to get too deep into the world of NHL trades, but there was one that came across the board yesterday on Father's Day that I think does have some ramifications to what we're going to see here in Detroit. Brady Tkachuk, who was the captain of the Ottawa Senators, he was dealt to the Florida Panthers, which is also where his brother plays, Matthew Tkachuk. They were on Team USA together, really good players.
Okay.
And now the Tkachuk brothers both reside in Florida. And, okay, the Panthers had to give up 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick in 2030. That's down the road. That doesn't matter. But what does matter is what does that trade either tell us or what's the roadmap here for a potential Dylan Larkin trade? Helene St. James is the hockey writer for the Detroit Free Press, been covering the Red Wings for a very long time and joins us once again this morning. Helene, good morning. It's good to have you back.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Let's start a little bit with, let's work off the framework of this Matthew Tkachuk trade. What does that mean for Dylan Larkin? What does it mean for Steve Yzerman? What does it mean for the Red Wings in a potential Dylan Larkin deal?
Well, first of all, if I'm the other 31 teams in the league, I just, woke up or went to bed last night thinking, wow, the Florida Panthers already, even before the Brady Tkachuk acquisition, they were certainly going to be back as a contender next season. But this just, turbocharges their whole team. It's a fantastic trade for them. And, Ottawa could accept first-round picks. It's a different situation, in my opinion, with Dylan Larkin and the Red Wings. Steve Yzerman really needs to get back somebody who's just like Dylan Larkin to make that trade worth making, because without him, they're so thin down the middle. They don't need future players. They need value now players in return for Dylan.
And if you're Steve Yzerman, Helene, is acquiring a first-round pick enough, or does, any type of Larkin deal have to include a young NHL player as well?
It has to include a center who can play on the top line. I mean, what good, I'll ask you, what good does, let's just say they had received Florida's number 9 pick in this year's draft. Well, we won't see that kind of player for a few years. So right there, you've set the rebuild back and you've told your fans that, hey, in all likelihood, Wings aren't going to make the playoffs again next year or the year after. I mean, that's the situation that the Wings are in, and that's why I think there remains a chance that Steve, he's not forced to trade Dylan. He can keep him. I mean, there may not be a deal that's worth making for the Wings.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if you're looking for a top-line center, but you're trading a top-line center. There aren't many teams that are going to be willing to give up that kind of capital for a Dylan Larkin, and that's part of the problem. And to your point, Steve doesn't have to make a deal. But I think it probably would further complicate things for the Red Wings if a deal doesn't get done. And I'm with you. I don't think picks at this point does anything for this team. They're not in any position. I don't think Steve Yzerman is in any position to be acquiring talent that you got to develop for down the road.
No, exactly. And the Wings also, I mean, Dylan is 3 years into his 8-year deal, and it was front loaded. So the Wings have already paid, the salary cap hit is one thing, $8.7 million, which is very reasonable in today for a center in his prime who is a consistent 30-goal scorer, especially with a cap going up to $104 million next season. But the actual salary, they've already paid $31 million of that. The most he's going to make in actual salary over the next coming years is $8 million. So the Wings have already paid the majority of that salary. So in every respect, there's much more to be argued for them keeping him than trading him, unless some team just makes an incredible offer.
I wonder, Steve Yzerman has often preached about taking the best player available. I'm thinking if an elite defensive man is sitting there and the best center is gone, can Detroit can they really afford to pass on a better player because of an organizational need?
Well, I mean, you're not going to get far towards making the playoffs if you don't have depth at center. It's probably, beyond goaltending and defensemen who shoots right. Like that's everybody is looking for centers. Especially some as good as Dylan is. So he's certainly going to be in tremendous demand. And now, Dylan his initial list was Florida, Minnesota, and Vegas Golden Knights, where he wanted to, because he has a no trade clause, so he has some say in it.
Yeah.
But anybody can call Steve and say, and it could end up being a multi-team trade or something. But again, I go back to the Wings have some power as well because they don't have to move him. It's not an ideal situation, but that's sometimes it's good to remember that this is at the end of the day a business.
Sure. How much pressure do you think Yzerman is facing entering this offseason?
Well, I mean, that's what's really interesting because even before this whole thing with Dylan happened, they needed to upgrade their second line center, and they need a scoring winger, and now Dylan threw a nuke into the summer, and now it's also, well, does this change Patrick Kane's point of view? Because I got the impression he was, very likely to come back, and now we're 9 days out from free agency, and now in the past few years, it's been late when he's re-signed, but I mean he's been a valuable part of their top six, and he was their second leading scorer post Olympics down the stretch. So there is, Steve Yzerman's seat is quite hot.
Interesting stuff. And the market is heating up. We're going to continue to watch it. You will too. Helene St. James, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate you.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Yeah, you got it.
The Detroit Pistons, Chris, are signaling a more aggressive approach to roster building as they head into the offseason. Team president of basketball operations, Tracy Langton, says the organization now focus on strengthening around its core trio of Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, and Asur Thompson. After that 44-win season, Langton says the goal is no longer just internal growth, but adding veteran help, especially shooting and playmaking to boost postseason competitiveness. We kind of talked about that, didn't we? That they need, a veteran in there to kind of help Cade in the long run.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, they won 60 games this year.
60. Yeah, that's what I meant.
And the NBA draft starts tomorrow.
Yes.
And there are a number of rumors flying around on what this team is going to do. I mean, I've read, these Isaiah Stewart trade rumors that are I think are real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the Pistons will land Giannis Antetokounmpo, but
I've been seeing that too.
But they could be tied up in a three-way trade.
Yes.
I mean, there may be ramifications for them in that. NBA reporter Mark Stein said the Pistons, I'm told, should be monitored as a potential third-team facilitator in a Giannis to Miami trade. Tyler Herro ultimately could be landing in Detroit. That would be good.
That would be huge.
A dangerous scorer, obviously, averages almost 21 points per game. He's got 4 assists. He would fit in really, really well here. And then, Austin Reeves, I've heard, as a potential landing spot here as well. So, and one of the mock drafts that I was reading on ESPN, LeBaron Philon Jr., who played for Alabama. We saw him against Michigan in their championship run. Again, a really, really good player. That would be a nice addition as well. So I like where they're headed.
The future is bright for those Pistons, man.
I do. I like where they're headed, and they need scores.
That's it.
They need scores.
That's it.
So, the other thing, too.
Because we can beat New York.
I agree. I think that would have been a better matchup for us. But regardless, I think that, once you get to the point where you're actually playing well and you're a good team, you forget about the draft. I mean, the draft completely snuck up on me. Why? Because the Pistons are good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Same thing with the Lions all those years. It's like a season ends and we're already talking about the draft.
Right.
Mock draft this, mock draft that. Who the line's going to take at 3? Not anymore.
No.
Yeah. Coming up on the other side, Jamie's back to talk about her new episode of her podcast. It's next.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Metro Cars is currently seeking professional independent contractor elite luxury sedan drivers. This opportunity is ideal for individuals who value professionalism, flexibility, and delivering a high level of service. Applicants must be 23 or older with a clean driving record, a clean criminal background, no exceptions, and a commitment to exceptional customer care. For more than 35 years, Metro Cars has been a trusted transportation provider for executives, business travelers, and organizations across Michigan. Qualified candidates are encouraged to visit the Metro Cars corporate office at 24957 Brest Road in Taylor for open interviews. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., no appointment necessary. Additional information is available by calling 734-235-0750. Drive with a company known for professionalism, reliability, and experience. Metro Cars.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Peace talks in Lucerne, Switzerland are moving along with Vice President J.D. Vance saying Iran agrees to allow nuclear inspectors back into their nation to check out and make sure they aren't building weapons. And the VP admits,
honestly, there is still a lot to do as we continue to make progress on the nuclear talks, on the economic talks, as we continue to demine the straits and ensure that that flow of traffic continues to pick back up.
On a different front,
the Iranians also acknowledged major progress in the talks, adding that a deconfliction cell for Lebanon will be the first real test of the understanding. Israel and Hezbollah did not trade fire on Sunday for the first time since March 2nd.
And Fox's Trey Yinks in Tel Aviv. He was the leader of the Federal Reserve for almost 20 years. Alan Greenspan dead at the age of 100. That from his wife, journalist Andrea Mitchell, who says it was from complications of Parkinson's disease. America's listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut. Ugh, comedy is not your thing. But I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it. With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
No crashes to slow you down on the roads. However, we are seeing a bit of a delay on westbound 94 between the Southfield Freeway and E-Course. Same with westbound 696 between Coolidge and Southfield Road. Southbound 275 slow from 7 Mile over to M14. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Rain this morning, then partly cloudy the rest of the day. A high of 73. Right now, it's 60. Clear skies tonight. Should be beautiful weather for the fireworks. We'll see a low of 54. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 78. I'm Renee Vitale. WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Do you have an IRA or 401k? You want to think of this as being your money. But remember, you still have to pay taxes when you withdraw this money in retirement. And these taxes, well, they could be a lot higher than you know. Learn how you could reduce or potentially eliminate these taxes with a free retirement tax savings analysis. It's from the Brzezinski Group, a second-generation financial advisory firm right here in Metro Detroit. If you've saved at least $250,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 800-641-3361. This free analysis could save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes in retirement. Call 800-641-3361. That's 800-641-3361. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Firm does not provide legal or tax advice.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone, because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Metro Cars is currently seeking professional independent contractor elite luxury sedan drivers. This opportunity is ideal for individuals who value professionalism, flexibility, and delivering a high level of service. Applicants must be 23 or older with a clean driving record, a clean criminal background, no exceptions, and a commitment to exceptional customer care. For more than 35 years, Metro Cars has been a trusted transportation provider for executives, business travelers, and organizations across Michigan. Qualified candidates are encouraged to visit the Metro Cars corporate office at 24957 Brest Road in Taylor for open interviews. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., no appointment necessary. Additional information is available by calling 734-235-0750. Drive with a company known for professionalism, reliability, and experience. Metro Cars.
Paul W. Smith can be found on Focus from noon to 2 p.m. on 760 WJR. Now back to JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds.
Well, the new pod is out, Jamie's Journey, Angels Along the Way. The new episode is available to you anywhere where you get your podcasts. And Jamie, still buzzing from the U.S. Open, joins us this morning. What's up?
Hey there, guys.
How you doing, Jamie Jane?
I'm okay.
Good. You know, I was looking at some pictures on Instagram yesterday. It was Father's Day, and pictures of Ryan with Olivia and everything, and wishing him a happy Father's Day. How was his Father's Day?
It was a great Father's Day. He went golfing with his dad, and then we had a nice little barbecue. So it was a nice day for my husband and his dad. And my dad, I didn't get to see him, but I'll see him this week.
Oh, great. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. I am so hyped that I only have 2 more treatments to go. Woo-hoo! That I'm feeling top of the world. Yeah, yay is right.
Yeah, the finish line's in sight.
Yeah. Well, the finish line of treatment, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
so
go ahead.
Go ahead, Lloyd.
No, I want you to do this, and then on the backside, I got to tell you about something on the backside. So go ahead.
Okay, so the latest podcast, Angels Along the Way, I talked to a hairstylist who is also my friend, who also is a breast cancer survivor. And when it was time to shave my head, she is the one who did it in her salon. It was an emotional moment, but she's so funny that she made parts of it, you know, we would laugh at times, we would cry at times. And she's just a great person to talk to about her journey. And that's kind of what this latest podcast is. Her name is Vina Taylor. And she talks about the good and the bad of going through breast cancer. You were the first one to say this, like, this is going to be hell. It's going to be a lot, but there are beautiful moments too. And what did you mean by that?
You've never felt more loved in your, oh my God. You've never felt more loved in your life. You'll never feel that. People just rise you up. They're there for you. It's so beautiful. Like the support and the love I had for my son, for my business. There were, you know, certain people that were just, I don't know what I would have done without them. You met people that, like you said, like you barely knew, and they were like there for you in an instant. My doctors were some of those people, and I look at life through a different set of eyes now.
Yeah,
because of it. So once you get through it, you sort of have a different view on life, and it's way better.
Way better?
It is. I truly enjoy life like every single day now. I want to travel, I travel. If I want, I work hard and I play very hard, and I don't have a single piece of guilt on a Sunday morning if I'm hungover because I had freaking fun the night before. I don't have anxiety ever because I'm like,
You're
stuff
living.
was fun.
You're living.
I am living. I love what I do for a living. The women in my life are everything to me. My son and my nephew are everything to me. My family is so important to me. But I'm surrounded by like this group of women that always support each other no matter what. Everybody goes through their stuff, and I'm doing so good by not swearing, by the way.
Really proud of you.
Thank you.
Our first call was not as PG.
It's been really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really do love life differently. And,
I've been asked that question, like, how do you think you're going to be on the other side of it? It's like, well, I don't quite know that yet, but I know I'm going to be different. Like
I'll
the
tell you
old
what,
Jamie's gone, I think.
there's like nothing nothing can really like stress you out the same way it used to. Right after I finally got like, pretty much at the end of getting better, going through a divorce, going through COVID.
You're just like, oh, this is nothing.
Going through an insane flood, both at the salon and at home. There's like definitely going to be moments that are tough, but you're like, hold my beer, I've got this. So yeah, there's a lot of positives that come out of it.
Isn't she great?
She's
She's just
fun.
so funny and
is.
fun. Yeah, she was a perfect person to shave the head for me and be there for me. And so I think it's a really great pod, a really great discussion between two moms who have been through something tough.
Jamie, I was in Columbus over the weekend. Me, Marie, and a couple of the grandkids were in Columbus. And every time we've gone to Columbus, gone to go visit my daughter, as a matter of fact, and every time we've gone to Columbus, there's this candy store about an hour outside of Columbus called Coons Homemade Candies. They've been around since 1917, and it's a family run business. So we said this time, we just came back and we said, we're going to stop by this time. We're going to go in. Because I was looking for a certain kind of candy or whatever. So we go in and we see the family. Jim and Danny are running the store. And Danny, the wife, is a sixth generation from the Coons family. So we go in and everything. And I had my WJR shirt on. And so Jim says, you work for WJR? I was like, yeah. And he says, I listen all the time. I said, yeah, I co-host the morning show. And then he looked at me and he says, Lloyd Jackson. I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, nice to meet you. He says, how's Jamie?
Get out.
I'm telling you, Jamie. How's Jamie? I said, Jamie's fine. Jamie's good. She's doing really, really good. Tell Jamie I'm praying for her. Yeah, we're all praying for her. And I was like, wow, I'm in Columbus. And people
That
are
is so
asking.
nice.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me that. That's really, really nice.
So shout out to Jim and Danny over at Coons Select Homemade Candies right outside of Columbus.
All the way down in enemy territory, Jamie. You're getting prayers. How about
See,
that?
Chris, there are nice people in Columbus.
There are.
Yeah.
But I love the conversation. Again, what I appreciate is when you talk to people. I mean, you've had so many conversations with different people, and I know you've got more ideas coming. But when you talk to somebody that has a shared experience, because I cannot relate.
No.
I can support, I can be a friend and be there, but I can't relate. And so having that perspective when you're having that conversation with somebody who's been through the trenches like you are now, I think it provides a lot of insight for people that haven't had to go through something like this.
Well, yeah. And she was an angel during those dark times when I was really, really afraid. And so hopefully our discussion on this podcast can get some people through some dark times, or people going through it or what have you. They can relate in some way via this podcast.
Are you feeling the love Jamie?
Yes, when she said that, I thought that was really, really beautiful. Like you feel the love from your community, from your friends, from your acquaintances, from the people you work with, the people your husband works with. And that is the beautiful part of this. I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but I do feel the love.
Well, just want you to know we love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
We're with you.
Appreciate it.
We're with you. We are part of that group.
Yes, we are.
All right, Jamie. Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Yeah, you got it. See ya. Coming up on the other side, it's Monday Munchies. Better Health Market and Cafes in the house. We'll talk to them next.
Hi, this is Paul W. Smith. I've talked to you about Dr. Saul Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute for years about how his non-invasive, non-surgical intradisc neutrosis treatment stimulates the body's natural healing process and has helped thousands of people reduce and end their chronic back and neck pain without drugs, shots, or downtime. This new Google review says it better than anyone. Quote, "It's a year now. My spinal stenosis, herniated disc, and sciatica pain have been relieved. I'm not taking any drugs anymore and no surgery. What a huge difference. I'm 99% pain-free." End of quote. Wow. Plus, Dr. Kogan's gentle, non-surgical Knee Restore RX treatment helps get rid of severe knee pain from osteoarthritis and meniscus tears. Mention WJR in June and get a consultation, exam, X-ray or MRI review, and laser treatment for only $49 on your first visit. The Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and Bad Axe. Call 586-416-DISC.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155. 800-896-8155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Metro Cars is currently seeking professional independent contractor elite luxury sedan drivers. This opportunity is ideal for individuals who value professionalism, flexibility, and delivering a high level of service. Applicants must be 23 or older with a clean driving record, a clean criminal background, no exceptions, and a commitment to exceptional customer care. For more than 35 years, Metro Cars has been a trusted transportation provider for executives, business travelers, and organizations across Michigan. Qualified candidates are encouraged to visit the Metro Cars corporate office at 24957 Brest Road in Taylor for open interviews. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., no appointment necessary. Additional information is available by calling 734-235-0750. Drive with a company known for professionalism, reliability, and experience. Metro Cars.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oh, that grinding and squealing. What are you going to do about that? Time for new brakes. The chain store never has what I need. No worries. Go to RockAuto.com for name brands at lower prices.
All the parts your car will ever need. Auto.
Westbound 94 as you approach Harper and St. Clair Shores, and accidents blocking the left lane. That has traffic slow to Metro Parkway. Westbound 94 at Van Dyke in Detroit. Crash off to the right shoulder. Traffic slow from Gratiot. Also delays on westbound 696 between Coolidge and Southfield Road. Same with westbound M59 between M53 and Van Dyke. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Wet start to our work week. It'll end pretty quickly as we continue to push through mid-morning. The showers ending. And certainly by lunchtime. So I think we're really here in town about mid-morning. 9, 10 o'clock, showers are done. A northeast breeze this afternoon. Probably get some clearing in here. Low 70s. Tonight, mainly clear and cool. Down to 55. Suburbs, maybe some upper 40s, especially north. Sunny, upper 70s tomorrow. And another beauty coming in on Wednesday. Sunshine, upper 70s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
All right, 8:49 here on a Monday means one thing, Lloyd.
Monday Munchie.
We are munching here on a Monday Munchie.
Yes.
And we've got the good folks at Better Health Market and Cafe here. Chef Sean Profit joins us. It's nice to see you, Sean, and John Handelsman, the co-owner.
Yes.
Good to see you both.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about what you've brought us today, because it's incredibly delicious.
Thank you.
What did you bring?
The main thing is our chicken Sonoma salad. It's made with antibiotic-free chicken. It's on halal chicken and made with not your normal cane sugars. It's made with an agave sweetener, and it's one of our most popular chicken salads that we have right now.
And, John, for listeners who may have driven by one of the 14 locations.
It's 14, yeah.
But never stopped in. Talk about what they will see when they walk into Better Health Market and Cafe.
Well, gosh, is cornucopia a jaded word, or am I only supposed to say like cornucopia around Thanksgiving
I think it's
time?
appropriate at any time.
So, when you walk through the door, you'll see we have one of the largest selections of organic produce in town, and we really try to stay very competitive with our pricing. So it's the produce you should see first, but it's a healthy atmosphere throughout. You have the produce, and then we have all sorts of organic foods, groceries. We've really increased our grocery business a lot over the last 10 or 15 years. We used to be more of a supplement store, but it seems like, the real growth and interest is in healthier eating. So we've really kind of like amped up our food selection, but we do have a really large vitamin and supplement selection as well.
So, Sean, when you're creating these new items for people to try and buy and take home and enjoy with their families, what goes through that process? How much are you thinking about the ingredients that you're putting in, and just going across the spectrum of how do we eat better food that tastes good?
One of my main things is when you're looking at an ingredient label in aisle of your local grocery store is, do you know what that ingredient is? When you look at one of our Better Health labels with food that's produced in the cafes, you know exactly what ingredient is in our food at all times. There is no vision that's unlooked for looking at new ideas, and we just try to accomplish what's our newest trend right now. And right now it's the summer season, and people are going on picnics and trying to get those nice grab and go items for our customers that are still healthy when you go out to the picnic.
John, are you seeing more people come in because they have dietary restrictions like, gluten-free, dairy-free, plant-based lifestyles?
I don't know if we're seeing more people coming in like that. We've always had catered to people on special diets. So we have a huge selection of gluten-free products, and, people, so a lot of the gluten-free customers really appreciate, what we bring into the stores. And then there was the keto market.
Oh, yeah.
That, or the paleo, keto, I think that's a little less popular than it was, but we still have a lot of people doing that. So they're trying to reduce carbs and eat a lot of protein.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps our most zealous audience are the vegans. We have a lot of vegans, or I'm just a vegetarian, and people don't get that because I still eat like dairy and eggs like that, but a vegan won't even eat honey, or maybe some of them won't even wear a leather belt. But we have a huge vegan plant-based food selection, and they're for some of them it's like their life's calling. It seems like almost to be a vegan, and so they're very vocal.
Very vocal. And so what else do you guys have in the store? Because the food that you talked about has grown, but you didn't necessarily start out as a healthy alternative to a grocery store. That was never really the plan when you started.
Yeah, it started out more as a vitamin store. I mean, we did have like the basic, like healthier cake mixes or things like that. But my father was he's a zealot in a way. He's 96 now, and he's just got so into vitamins and supplements, and I don't want to tell you how many he was taking every day, but sort of he got the whole family interested in that. And then my brother sort of followed in his footsteps and started, establishing new stores or buying existing health food shops around town. And then we went from just being a health food store to a grocery store, really, a healthier grocery store.
Sure. Yeah. Has the GLP-1 crave, has that changed what people are buying in stores like yours?
I think it is. They're buying, we don't sell the GLP-1s, although we might have like an in on one of them. I'm not 100% sure. But people on the GLPs, they have can have a lot of side effects. So, and they want a lot of fiber. They want this nutrient dense food because when you're on a GLP-1, you're supposed to be, you're not eating as much. So you better make sure that, what you're putting in your body is going to suffice.
That's right.
Yeah. So a lot of the bars and fiber and probiotics, because maybe people have tummy problems on GLP-1s. So, I mean, people are still a little hesitant. Like, I think they're on GLP-1s, but not everybody's broadcasting it.
That's true. That's true.
But you Chef, you talked about the trends and just staying on top of what people want. Is that hard to kind of follow? I mean, it's easier probably to follow a season, right? Chicken salad in the summer makes a lot of sense. But in terms of where people are going on particular diets or what foods people are eating at a certain particular time, is that difficult to keep on top of?
It is, in a sense. You always have to do research. You're always just trying to discover the next big things in the culinary industry. But with Better Health, we grab one task and we put our energy towards that. And then we just try to capitalize on that. Like right now, it's sweet and hot. And right now, our chicken Sonoma salad is one of our sweetest chicken salads out there. And it's amazing tasting.
It is very good. Yeah, it is very good. Well, thank you both for coming in. And best continued success. You guys are doing wonderful things. We see you all over town.
Yes.
You're even in Ohio.
We're in Ohio now, in Toledo.
That's pretty good. Things are going well there.
Oh, they don't know who we are, but we're working on it.
Well, they're going to know now.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to know now.
Hear us down in Toledo.
Absolutely. Sean Prophet, John Handelsman, thank you guys both. Really appreciate bringing in the goodies.
Enjoy your snacks.
Yes.
You snack here every Monday. You snack here
every Monday Munchies at this time.
Yeah.
So we get all different kinds of foods and just try to shine a light on all the good culinary stuff that's happening in our town.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you both. It's good to see you. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us today here on a Monday, Lloyd.
Yes, sir. Fireworks tonight.
Fireworks tonight. The Ford Fireworks downtown. We will have it here on the air as well. Paul will have the show, so make sure you're listening then as well. Kevin Eats and All Talk coming your way next. Have a wonderful